Good day, everyone. Um, I'm coming in a little early to set up, doing technical stuff right now, and to make sure, because I'm still having phone issues and internet issues, so bear with me. And while we're going through, so I'm going to play a video, but you're going to listen to the story of the person. And then hopefully I can finish by the time it ends, and then I'm going to share my story along with what we heard, okay, and stuff that I can remember to share the comparison. We're going to have real talk after this. So you know anybody suffering from long haul COVID or any chronic illnesses, they need to come in here and we're going to have a discussion. I'm going to bring in some people who said that they will come in. I'm going to bring them in the VIP section, and we're going to discuss concern about relationship when you have chronic illnesses. We're going to discuss about the traumas. We're going to discuss what we heard and how will you cope with that. Are you going through that? So I can only speak about myself, and everybody will know who this is. I'm going to do an impression of her, but I'm still going to be me, but similarities of the impression. Okay, so hopefully I can do this, and bear with me because I have fallen today off the couch backwards, and I'm sore right now. So I'll talk about that later. Okay. I said I'll start at 7. Can y'all hear me okay? And let's see. Because I broke my lamp. So it might fall. I don't know. But everything just fell. I'm discombobulated right now. So let's share. Okay, share. Share if you care. Let the chronic people, family members, come on in. I can only share 15 at a time. I love y'all. Thank you for coming in. I'm going to start in a minute at 7 to play the sound. And I have eye issues today, so I will have someone in here to help me to see y'all comments. Appreciate y'all patience. Let's see, I got one more. Okay, I couldn't find the other lady. What was her name? Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I hope she gets it. Okay. Alright, let me find the remote. And get the other phone. This is when you're doing technical stuff. So if my internet go out, I'm still here. Just wait till it boosts up. Okay. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. Ooh. Turn the volume up. Thank you for coming in. I think I turned it to 26. Y'all in the comments, let me know you can hear it. You know, the movie is an hour and 5 minutes and 44 seconds. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can get it done in an hour and 5 minutes. Beth, you heard that? you, Beth Basket, she's gonna be my assistant and to help me read the comments. So you want to come in now, or you want to wait until I say so? Girl, I'm feeling the pain. I'm feeling the pain right now. Let's see what she say. It's up to you. I'll bring you in so you can sit in. And if I pause or whatever, I have to say something, I bring you in so you can get your seat. My face looking, I did that coconut baking soda together, boy. It really made my skin glow. I got a little red mark right here. But I'm bringing you up. Okay, Sydney, the Royal King. Bang.
I'm here.
You sit on the side and chill out.
Okay.
So invite people. So what I'm gonna do while this is playing, I want to make sure you can hear it. And there's Healing Mind. So the story is an hour and 5 minutes, 44 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna try to do my impression of this person within that time. Uh,
Oh,
this is gonna be the first. Woo, Jesus. Okay, so it's gonna be the first impression within that time limit, and then we're gonna stop there. I'm gonna play some music, and then I'm gonna talk how and why she's my Shero. Okay,
oh,
and
oh,
then hopefully we're gonna look for Ray and Stormy, Long COVID Association, um, Katrina, um, Rodney and Zena. So we're gonna look for those people to come in, and Paige and Long COVID Mama. I couldn't find her name to invite her. If you can do that for me, yeah. Long COVID
oh, okay.
Mama.
Long coat, mama.
Yeah, Long COVID Mama. Okay, it's time for me to play it now. Okay, it's 7 o'clock. Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear it.
I got it at 41. Thank you.
So I call
Among the
in.
towering giants of 20th century art, Pablo Picasso.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, I just heard it. You stopped it?
I did ask you that
Oh,
question.
okay. Yeah.
Salvador Dali, Andy Warhol.
It's clear.
One woman's name burns with equal brilliance, Frida Kahlo.
Mm-hmm.
Her legacy is not just immortal, It is seared into history as a symbol of unyielding resilience and haunting artistry. Born amidst the vivid tapestry of Mexico City, Kahlo was forged in the fires of suffering, transforming unimaginable pain into masterpieces that were as much confessions of her soul as they were chronicles of her fractured existence. Stricken by illness in childhood and later shattered by a devastating accident, Kahlo's body bore scars that no surgeon could mend. Yet, from this relentless torment, a defiant spirit emerged, one that wielded a paintbrush like a sword, carving her anguish and passion into a visual language that transcends time and culture. Her tempestuous relationship with Diego Rivera, a love story as intoxicating as it was agonizing, infused her life with both ecstasy and despair, emotions that bled into every stroke of her work. With her piercing gaze, unflinching honesty, and a heart tethered to love, loss, and rebellion, Frida Kahlo dared the world to confront its own fragility and beauty. Her art is not merely seen, it is felt, a visceral reminder of the power of creativity to defy pain, reclaim identity, and echo across generations. In her strength, humor, and resilience, even to her final breath, Frida embodied a life lived as an unbroken odyssey of triumph and defiance. Join us as we delve into the life, the art, the passions, and the indelible legacy of Frida Kahlo, an artist who turned her wounds into wings. Frida Kahlo's life was intrinsically tied to her iconic blue house in Coyoacan, Mexico City. Built in 1904 by her father, Guillermo Kahlo, the vibrant home now serves as the Museo Frida Kahlo, preserving the essence of her life and art. Its colonial charm, central patio, and colorful gardens witness the defining moments of her existence, including her birth, marriage, and death. The house also reflects Guillermo's story, from his roots as Wilhelm Kahlo, born in Germany in 1872, to Hungarian Jewish parents, to his journey to Mexico in 1891 after a fall ended his academic aspirations. As a photographer, Guillermo meticulously documented Mexico's architectural heritage, earning acclaim for his precision and earning the title First Official Photographer of Cultural Patrimony. Guillermo's marriage to Matilde Calderon, a devout woman of mixed Spanish and indigenous descent, laid the foundation for Frida's life. Their union, though pragmatic, embodied resilience, with Guillermo's introspection and melancholia complementing Matilde's fortitude. Frida, born on July 6, 1907, during a turbulent period of Mexican history, inherited her father's introspective gaze and her mother's tenacity. She later aligned her birth year with 1910, the start of the Mexican Revolution, symbolizing her connection to the nation's revolutionary spirit. Frida's early years were shaped by her mother's illness, the care of an indigenous wet nurse, and the family's struggles during the Revolution, experiences that would later inspire her art. Frida's childhood was marked by both vibrant rebellion and profound solitude. Her fiery temperament surfaced in mischief and bold pranks, but she also endured isolation after contracting polio at 6, which left her right leg withered. Nicknamed Pata de Palo, or peg leg, she masked her deformity with layered socks and built-up shoes. Despite teasing and physical limitations, she embraced unconventional activities such as soccer and boxing, which were encouraged by her father, showcasing her determination to overcome adversity. Among Guillermo's 6 children, Frida shared a special bond with her father, rooted in their shared intellectual nature and mutual understanding of illness. Guillermo introduced her to photography, nurturing her technical skills and compositional precision, which later influenced her meticulous approach to painting. Their outings to parks, where Guillermo painted and Frida collected plants, were cherished moments that deepened her appreciation for art and nature. This bond strengthened after Frida's polio diagnosis, as their shared experiences of vulnerability fostered mutual care. Frida later honored Guillermo's resilience and influence in her 1952 painting, Portrait of Don Guillermo Kahlo, surrounding his likeness with symbolic imagery that celebrated his valiance and steadfast spirit. Frida's time at the National Preparatory School in 1922 marked the beginning of a transformative chapter in her life, thrusting her into the heart of Mexico City's intellectual and cultural revival. As one of only 35 girls among 2,000 students, Frida excelled academically, with ambitions of becoming a doctor, a path encouraged by her father. The school, a hub of post-revolutionary fervor under the guidance of José Vasconcelos, embodied the spirit of cultural reclamation, emphasizing indigenous heritage and public art as vehicles for social change. This vibrant atmosphere of reform and activism profoundly shaped Frida's worldview and identity. Immersed in this dynamic environment, Frida's individuality stood out. At 14, she adopted a striking and unconventional style: short hair, pleated skirts, and a schoolboy's knapsack, defying societal norms with her bold charm and mischievous humor. Preferring intellectual camaraderie over traditional friendships, she aligned herself with the Cachuchas, a rebellious and witty group of students who embraced mischief, pranks, and philosophical debates. Their antics, from riding donkeys through school halls, petitioning for the removal of ineffectual professors, cultivated Frida's defiance, quick wit, and loyalty, traits that would define her relationships in art. Frida's intellectual curiosity flourished within this circle. At the Ibero-American Library near the school, surrounded by murals and revolutionary flags, she devoured works by Dostoevsky and Dumas, debated Hegel and Kant, and charmed newsboys and peddlers with her clever bets. During this period, Frida encountered Diego Rivera, a 36-year-old muralist whose work at the school captivated her. Sneaking into the amphitheater where Rivera painted, Frida engaged in playful pranks that masked her admiration for his charisma and talent. Her teasing hints about his romantic entanglements and bold declarations of wanting his child revealed the early sparks of what would become a passionate, lifelong connection. Rivera, in turn, remembered Frida vividly, recognizing the fiery spirit that set her apart even as a teenager. Frida's romantic and creative identity also blossomed through her relationship with Alejandro Gomez Arias, the eloquent leader of the Cachuchas. Their bond, evolving from friendship to romantic attachment, was expressed through late-night letters and intimate exchanges. Frida's letters to Alejandro brimmed with humor, emotion, and creativity, showcasing her emerging artistic sensibility. Her playful illustrations, including self-portraits and symbolic emblems, foreshadowed the individuality that would later define her art. Despite her parents' disapproval, Frida's determination to maintain their connection highlighted her passion and resilience. Frida's separation from Alejandro during Christmas 1923 heightened her feelings of loneliness and boredom, which she expressed with wry humor, lamenting the monotony of life in Coyoacan and begging him to bring books to ease her restless mind. She used playful sketches and witty remarks to mask her insecurities, once joking that blank pages from him would suffice as proof of his remembrance. Yet beneath her humor lay poignant admissions, such as her declaration, "I love you even if you do not love me as much as a flea." By 1924, Frida's love for Alejandro had deepened, and she expressed her longing through vivid metaphors, imagining herself as a tiny thing he could carry in his pocket. Their plans for a future together, including dreams of traveling to the United States, were tempered by practical challenges like finances and work. Frida sought greater independence, taking jobs as a cashier and later as an apprentice engraver under Fernando Fernandez, who recognized her budding artistic talent. These experiences offered her a measure of freedom to see Alejandro, defying her family's disapproval. On September 17, 1925, Frida's life was irrevocably altered by a catastrophic accident. A trolley collided with the bus she was riding with Alejandro, impaling her with a steel handrail and leaving her with devastating injuries: fractures to her spine, pelvis, collarbone, and ribs, a crushed foot, and irreparable damage to her abdomen. Alejandro's account of Frida's bloodied, gold-dusted figure, mistaken by onlookers for a dancer, captured the surreal horror of the scene. Against all odds, Frida survived her first surgery, beginning a long and arduous recovery. Immobilized and in excruciating pain, Frida endured months encased in plaster casts and braces. Her family's support, particularly her sister Matilda's humor and care, lifted her spirits. In letters to Alejandro, Frida reflected on her near-death experience, describing death as a vivid, ever-present specter. "Death dances around my bed at night," she wrote. Despite her suffering, she maintained her humor and resilience, referring to death as La Pelona, meaning the bald one, and finding solace in Alejandro's correspondence, which she reread for comfort. Back in Coyoacan by October 1925, Frida faced a slow and isolating recovery. Physical restrictions, unwelcome visitors, and the monotony of home life compounded her frustration. She found brief joys in writing to Alejandro, infusing her letters with sketches, affectionate nicknames, and playful requests for treats like chocolate cake. Her longing for his presence was palpable, as she believed his visits would help her endure her confinement. Her physical pain was matched by emotional struggles. Frida detailed her agony in a letter dated October 26, recounting treatments that included chloroform for her tendon and cocaine for her pain. Her yearning to regain mobility was relentless, driven by a desire to reclaim her independence. Despite small comforts like music and gifts, her sense of isolation deepened, especially as Alejandro's visits became infrequent. By November 1925, Frida Kahlo's relationship with Alejandro had become fraught with miscommunication and emotional distance. Her letters during this period reveal an aching vulnerability, as she accused Alejandro of neglect and questioned his loyalty, writing, "Tell me that you love me even if it isn't true." Her feelings of rejection deepened after missed visits and rumors about her reputation among their friends, which she believed Alejandro had betrayed. Comparing herself to the scandalous Nahuel Olin, Frida asserted her independence with defiance. "I like myself the way I am." Despite Alejandro's aloofness, her unwavering devotion persisted. This emotional tug-of-war culminated in Frida's first self-portrait in 1926, a reflection of her longing and resilience during her recovery from the trolley accident. Painted as a love offering to Alejandro, it depicted her in a velvet dress with a poised, introspective expression set against a somber background. Accompanying the portrait was a heartfelt letter asking Alejandro to place it where he could see it as if he were looking at me. For Frida, the painting was not just an attempt to rekindle their bond, but an extension of herself, blending vulnerability and dignity. She would reference the portrait as "your Botticelli" in later letters. The portrait also marked the beginning of Frida's transformation into an artist who used her pain as a creative force. After the trolley accident left her with severe injuries and ongoing physical suffering, Frida's dreams of becoming a doctor faded. Painting became her refuge, with her early works reflecting influences from Renaissance art and a growing personal symbolism. Her letters to Alejandro during this period oscillated between humor, longing, and vivid dreams of a future together, even as his eventual departure for Europe deepened her emotional turmoil. By mid-1927, Frida's health had improved enough to rejoin social and political circles, though her relationship with Alejandro began to unravel. His return later that year brought no resolution, as university life and Frida's burgeoning focus on art took precedence. Alejandro's affections shifted to another, leaving Frida heartbroken. Yet, this emotional upheaval coincided with her growing involvement in political activism and her introduction to Diego Rivera through the photographer Tina Medotti. By 1928, Frida had joined the Communist Party, and her connection with Rivera marked a turning point in her personal and artistic journey. Frida's evolving relationship with death and suffering became a defining element of her identity and art. While she could not paint her accident directly, she explored its trauma symbolically, particularly in self-portraits like The Broken Column, 1944, which juxtaposed her fractured body with a stoic gaze. These works transformed her pain into powerful imagery. As she navigated the heartbreak with Alejandro and the challenges of recovery, Frida began to channel her experiences into a creative legacy that immortalized her resilience and introspection. Diego Rivera, a towering figure in Mexican art and culture, was celebrated for his monumental murals that blended indigenous heritage, revolutionary ideals, and national identity. Born in Guanajuato in 1887, he trained in Europe before returning to Mexico in 1921, where his works, such as those of the Ministry of Public Education, epitomized Mexico's post-revolutionary cultural renaissance. His art celebrated the struggles of the working class and reclaimed Mexico's indigenous roots, creating a uniquely accessible artistic language that inspired national pride. Frida Kahlo met Diego in 1928, when he was already an icon, known as much for his charisma and unconventional relationships as for his art. Their first meeting at the Ministry of Education showcased Frida's audacity. She demanded an honest critique of her paintings rather than flattery. Diego, captivated by her raw talent and authenticity, encouraged her to continue painting. Their connection deepened quickly, fueled by mutual admiration and shared revolutionary ideals. Despite their age difference, Frida was 20, Diego over 40, their bond was immediate, dynamic, and transformative. Diego's encouragement influenced Frida's artistic development. Although she briefly emulated his muralist style, she quickly reclaimed her unique voice, focusing on personal, intimate subjects. Works like Portrait of Agustin M. Olmedo and The Bus demonstrated her growing confidence and emotional depth, while Diego's grand societal themes remained a stark contrast to her introspective approach. Their creative interplay enriched both their artistic practices, as Diego admired her unflinching honesty, and Frida critiqued his work with growing authority. Their marriage on August 21, 1929, marked the beginning of a tumultuous yet passionate partnership. Frida's father supported the union for the financial stability Diego could provide, while her mother opposed it, calling it a union between an elephant and a dove. Their modest civil ceremony reflected their unconventional approach to life. Frida embraced her role as Diego's partner, supporting him through illness and political strife, even leaving the Communist Party alongside him after his expulsion. Yet she also began asserting her artistic independence, painting self-portraits that explored her inner world and the emotional toll of her first failed pregnancy. Frida and Diego's relationship was a blend of collaboration, conflict, and deep affection. Diego's letters to Frida revealed a tender side, filled with affectionate sketches and whimsical nicknames like Frog Toad and Child of My Eyes. Despite Diego's infidelities, Frida's devotion to him endured. She would adopt the iconic Tijuana costume during this time, symbolizing her embrace of Mexican identity. In late 1930, the couple moved to San Francisco, where Rivera's murals blended Marxist ideals with industrial themes, funded ironically by capitalist patrons. Frida, still shy about her art, supported Diego while exploring the city's cultural diversity. She charmed those around her with wit and irreverence, while her keen observations deepened her appreciation for social contrasts. As Diego immersed himself in large-scale projects like Allegory of California, Frida continued to develop her artistic identity, her early works foreshadowing the deeply personal and symbolic style that would define her legacy. In San Francisco, Frida formed lasting relationships, including a deep bond with Dr. Leo Ellisor, whose medical advice she trusted throughout her life. Despite limited mobility due to her health issues, she painted several intimate portraits, such as her warm depiction of Eva Frederick, contrasting with her frustration toward superficial sitters like Mrs. Jean White. Her work during this period signaled a transition from realism to the symbolic and psychological depth that would define her later masterpieces. Notably, Luther Burbank depicted the horticulturist as a tree-man hybrid, exploring themes of life, death, and regeneration. Frida and Diego's partnership during these years showcased their contrasting artistic focuses, Diego's grand societal murals and Frida's intimate personal canvases. A profound turning point came with Frida's miscarriage in July 1932. Despite her initial optimism about motherhood, she endured devastating physical and emotional pain. This loss ignited her exploration of themes such as life, death, and motherhood, which would dominate her art. Her painting Henry Ford Hospital, 1932, created during her recovery, depicted her grief and trauma with raw surrealism, symbolizing her loss through vivid imagery and emotional intensity. These experiences cemented her transformation, as Frida began channeling personal suffering into groundbreaking works of art. Frida's longing for motherhood, despite her physical limitations and Diego's indifference, became a central theme in her life and art. Unable to bear children, she channeled her nurturing instincts into her relationships with children, animals, and plants, creating a surrogate family of sorts. Frida lavished affection on Diego's daughters, her niece and nephew, and her menagerie of pets, weaving these symbols of care and fertility into her art. Her painting Me and My Doll, 1937, poignantly captured this sorrow, portraying herself alongside a lifeless doll as a stark metaphor for her unfulfilled maternal desires. Her grief inspired profound artistic exploration. In works like the lithograph Frida and the Abortion and her return to oil painting, Frida confronted the emotional complexities of pregnancy and loss. Collecting maternal tokens, such as dolls and a fetus in formaldehyde, she infused her pain into a deeply personal artistic narrative. Frida's time in Detroit, marked by the aftermath of her miscarriage, was both creatively productive and emotionally harrowing. Accompanying Diego daily to the Art Institute, she supported his work while cultivating her intellectual and artistic growth. Frida engaged in studies of biology and history with Lucien Bloch and impressed peers with her critical artistic insights. In Self-Portrait on the Borderline, Frida juxtaposed the sterile industrialism of the United States with the organic vitality of Mexico, asserting her cultural identity through sharp symbolism and vivid contrasts. Frida's yearning for Mexico deepened during this time, particularly after learning of her mother Mathilde's terminal illness in September 1932. Rushing home with Lucien Bloch, she endured a harrowing journey to reunite with her family. Mathilde's death profoundly affected Frida, deepening her reflections on life, death, and familial bonds. The grief of this loss spurred her to focus on supporting her father, Guillermo, and reconnecting with her siblings. Returning to Detroit emotionally drained, Frida painted My Birth, 1932, a raw and deeply personal depiction of her own birth and her mother's death. This work fused stark imagery with Aztec symbolism, portraying childbirth as a warrior's battle and emphasizing the cyclical nature of life and death. Frida later described the piece as representing the one who gave birth to herself. By March 1933, Rivera's Detroit industry murals sparked controversy, with critics accusing him of mocking capitalism. While civic groups debated their future, industrial workers rallied in support, reflecting Rivera's deep connection to the proletariat. This tumultuous backdrop accompanied Frida and Rivera's move to New York, where Rivera began his ill-fated Rockefeller Center mural. New York's lively energy reinvigorated Frida, and her candid wit delighted friends and critics alike. Despite her growing social presence, Frida's creative output slowed as she immersed herself in the city's cultural diversions. Rivera's Rockefeller mural, depicting Lenin juxtaposed with capitalist excess, ignited a scandal when Nelson Rockefeller demanded Lenin's removal. Rivera's refusal led to his dismissal and the mural's destruction, sparking public outcry. Frida supported Rivera throughout the controversy, encouraging Lucien Bloch to secretly photograph the mural to preserve its legacy. Protests erupted, with artists and intellectuals decrying censorship. The controversy strained Rivera's career, but Frida remained steadfast, actively supporting him during this period of backlash. As Rivera turned to new revolutionary projects, their relationship faced renewed tensions. Frida's health suffered amidst her feelings of isolation, and her longing for Mexico deepened. Her biting critique of the United States culminated in My Dress Hangs There, 1933, which juxtaposed her empty Tijuana dress with Manhattan's skyscrapers, mocking capitalism's wastefulness and moral decay. Upon their return to Mexico in 1933, Frida and Rivera moved into their newly constructed San Angel houses. Despite this symbolic homecoming, Frida's happiness was short-lived. Her artistic output waned, and personal betrayals soon compounded her emotional turmoil. Diego's affair with Frida's younger sister, Christina, devastated her, leading Frida to cut her hair, abandon her traditional attire, and channel her anguish into her art. Hospitalizations for an appendectomy, abortion, and foot surgery further strained her resilience. Frida's emotional agony culminated in A Few Small Nips, 1935, a visceral painting inspired by a newspaper story of a violent crime. Its graphic imagery mirrored her sense of betrayal and emotional devastation. Frida briefly separated from Diego, moving to Mexico City and considering divorce. Despite her heartbreak, she remained connected to him, relying on art to navigate her pain and rebuild her sense of identity. Seeking solace, Frida traveled to New York in July 1935 with friends, writing a poignant letter to Diego expressing both her forgiveness and enduring love despite his infidelities. Her paintings during this period, such as Memory, 1937, and Remembrance of an Open Wound, 1938, embodied her ability to confront suffering with dark humor and provocative symbolism. Drawing from Mexican cultural traditions, these works transformed her personal anguish into powerful narratives of resilience and self-exploration. Frida's reconciliation with her sister Cristina in 1935 restored a vital familial bond, offering solace amidst the lingering pain of Diego's betrayal. Cristina became a pillar of support during Frida's surgeries and struggles. Their relationship provided a sense of family continuity, which Frida cherished even as her complex, turbulent connection with Diego persisted through separations, reconciliations, and mutual dependence. Cristina and her children became integral to the household, with Frida embracing her role as a loving and playful aunt. Their home was a vibrant mix of intimate family moments and a bohemian hub for artists, intellectuals, and political figures. Frida's exuberance extended to her adoption of Mexican cultural expressions, such as the language and mannerisms of working-class pelados, which infused her social interactions with humor and defiance. Yet beneath her vivacious exterior lay a deeper loneliness, a theme she explored in her art. While Diego tolerated her relationships with women, he grew possessive over her male lovers. Frida's affair with sculptor Isamu Noguchi exemplified her passionate independence, marked by humor, secrecy, and a dramatic confrontation with Diego. Frida's political fervor deepened during this time, particularly with the onset of the Spanish Civil War. She and Diego organized support for the Loyalist cause, hosting fundraisers and rallying workers. When Leon Trotsky and his wife Natalia sought asylum in Mexico in 1937, they found refuge in Frida and Diego's Blue House. Frida played a pivotal role in welcoming the exiled revolutionary, transforming her home into a vibrant yet secure sanctuary filled with pre-Columbian art and political discourse. Her brief affair with Trotsky added another layer of complexity to her personal life. Their clandestine meetings reflected Frida's defiant autonomy, though the affair ultimately ended due to its emotional and logistical strains. Her gift to Trotsky, a self-portrait inscribed with affection, encapsulated her charm, reclaiming her narrative through art. Between 1937 and 1938, Frida experienced a creative transformation, producing some of her most introspective and technically sophisticated works. Paintings like My Nurse and I and Girl with a Death Mask merged personal experiences with broader cultural and existential themes. In My Nurse and I, she depicted herself nursing from an indigenous nanny, symbolizing her connection to Mexico's ancestral roots and her grief over her inability to have children. Similarly, Girl with a Death Mask explored mortality through the lens of Mexican traditions. Frida's artistic evolution during the late 1930s reflects her increasing ability to merge deeply personal experiences with universal themes, a hallmark evident in works like The Deceased Demas. In this piece, she reimagines post-mortem portraiture with a striking feet-first perspective, evoking Mantegna's Dead Christ. The pale figure of the child, Demas, with haunting half-open eyes, confronts the viewer with the stark reality of death, while religious imagery juxtaposes with Frida's atheistic undertones. The sardonic title, Dressed Up for Paradise, blends irony with cultural symbolism, combining Mexican primitivism and European art influences. Frida's still lifes, such as I Belong to My Owner and Tunas, continued this thematic exploration, using fruits as metaphors for resilience, fertility, and mortality. In 1938, Frida's career reached a turning point with her first major sale to actor Edward G. Robinson, who purchased 4 paintings, granting her financial independence and recognition. Around this time, André Breton, the leader of the Surrealist movement, visited Mexico and hailed her as a natural surrealist. Frida, skeptical of Breton's grandiose claims, reluctantly accepted his invitation to exhibit her work at the Julian Levy Gallery in New York. This solo exhibition marked her international debut, showcasing 25 works that blended cultural symbolism, personal narratives, and emotional depth. The exhibition was a resounding success, selling half the pieces and attracting luminaries like Georgia O'Keeffe and Claire Booth Luce. Critics were captivated by Frida's blend of raw emotion and vibrant Mexican identity, though some reviews leaned patronizing. Frida herself charmed New York with her colorful Tijuana attire and magnetic personality. However, she maintained a detached attitude toward fame, framing her works in folk art materials to preserve their authenticity and her crafted persona. Frida's time in New York highlighted her dual identity as both a cultural ambassador and a deeply independent artist. While her health struggles persisted, she immersed herself in the city's cultural life. Her growing confidence as an artist and individual was evident in her romantic liaisons and interactions with figures like Julian Levy, who captured her enigmatic beauty through intimate photographs. In 1939, Frida traveled to Paris for another Breton-organized exhibition, navigating logistical chaos and cultural disillusionment. Despite her frustrations with European intellectual posturing, the show was critically acclaimed, with the frame becoming the first painting by a 20th century Mexican artist acquired by the Louvre. Frida mingled with luminaries like Picasso and Duchamp, though she found much of the surrealist movement hollow compared to her deeply personal approach to art. Her disdain for European apathy toward humanitarian crises, such as the plight of Spanish refugees, deepened her love for Mexico's resilience. Frida's complex relationship with surrealism reflects her independence from artistic movements. During her time in Paris, André Breton lauded her as a natural surrealist, yet Frida rejected the label, famously stating, "I never painted dreams, I painted my own reality." Her contributions to the 1940 International Exhibition of Surrealism in Mexico City, including the Two Fridas and the Wounded Table, solidified her global reputation while highlighting her divergence from surrealism's conceptual nature. These works explored themes of dual identity, heartbreak, and cultural heritage. Critics praised her sincerity and individuality, recognizing her ability to transcend European surrealism with a vision rooted in Mexicanidad and autobiographical truth. This period marked a shift in Frida's artistic focus. Her works like Roots and Tree of Hope continued to integrate personal pain and resilience with cultural symbolism. Frida used precise, accessible imagery to transform her physical and emotional struggles into monumental symbols of endurance. Even her more dreamlike pieces, such as What the Water Gave Me, retain ties to her life's memories and tragedies, creating a bridge between her internal narrative and universal themes. Diego Rivera celebrated her ability to elevate microscopic details, veins, cells, and hearts, into profound representations of human existence. Frida's private diary, kept from 1944 until her death, offered an intimate view of her creativity and emotional life. It served as a sanctuary for unfiltered experimentation, filled with surreal imagery, spontaneous writing, and vibrant sketches. Unlike her meticulously realistic paintings, the diary reflected playful automatism and inkblot techniques, capturing her thoughts on physical suffering, her longing for Diego, and meditations on mortality. Despite the darkness in her diary, Frida's humor and resilience shone through, with irreverent wordplay and whimsical drawings providing glimpses of her indomitable spirit. Frida's divorce from Diego in late 1939 compounded her emotional struggles, but reflected their enduring connection. The dissolution of their marriage stemmed from a web of personal and political tensions. Rivera's infidelities and Frida's own affairs, such as her brief romance with Trotsky, added to the strain. Publicly, Rivera framed the divorce as a precaution to preserve Frida's independence and artistic success, praising her talent as among the best of modernist painters. Meanwhile, Frida remained vague, citing personal causes, but acknowledging the growing distance between them after her return from Paris. Frida's self-portraits during her divorce from Rivera capture the emotional turmoil and resilience that defined this era. Self-portrait with cropped hair, 1940, symbolizes her defiance and transformation, presenting Frida in a man's suit, surrounded by shorn hair, rejecting the femininity Diego adored. Amidst her artistic evolution, Frida navigated personal challenges with remarkable tenacity. Her rejection of financial dependence on Diego underscored her independence, as she sold paintings to cover her expenses and sought a Guggenheim grant with glowing endorsements from prominent figures like Meyer Shapiro and Marcel Duchamp. Though the fellowship eluded her, Frida's dedication to her art remained unwavering. One of her most profound works, The Suicide of Dorothy Hale, demonstrates Frida's ability to channel tragedy into deeply empathetic and provocative art. Commissioned by Claire Booth Luce to memorialize her friend Dorothy Hale, the painting defied expectations by presenting a retableau-style narrative of Hale's suicide. Frida depicted Hale's fall in 3 stages, culminating in her lifeless body surrounded by blood. Frida's life during this period was also marked by political and personal turmoil, most notably the assassination of Leon Trotsky in 1940. Following a botched Stalinist attack, Trotsky was murdered by Ramon Mercader, a man whom Frida had once hosted in her home. The fallout thrust Frida into political chaos. She faced interrogations and endured her home's ransacking, all while grappling with grief and frustration over Diego's controversial role in bringing Trotsky to Mexico. Rivera's opportunistic posturing further strained their relationship, but Frida's resilience shone through as she navigated the complex intersection of personal tragedy and historical upheaval. Amidst these challenges, Frida and Diego reconciled, culminating in their remarriage in December 1940. Their second union, shaped by mutual respect and clearly defined terms, allowed Frida greater autonomy while maintaining their deep emotional bond. Though they lived together again, their relationship reflected a balance of independence and interdependence, with Frida managing household affairs and pursuing her art while continuing to care for Diego. The death of Frida's father, Guillermo, in 1941 dealt her a profound emotional blow, intensifying her physical and emotional struggles. Guillermo had been a source of support and inspiration throughout her life, and his loss deeply affected her. His passing compounded her physical suffering and emotional challenges, yet she channeled her grief into poignant works like Self-Portrait with Benito, which reflected themes of mourning, fragility, and resilience. Frida emerged as a prominent figure in Mexico's art scene, contributing to national cultural identity through her work and activism. As a founding member of the Seminario de Cultura Mexicana, she promoted Mexican heritage through exhibitions and dialogues. While her gender barred her from institutions like the Colegio Nacional, her influence as an artist and cultural advocate remained undeniable, shaping public appreciation for Mexican art and identity. Frida's portraiture during this time exemplified her technical mastery and emotional depth. Paintings like Doña Rosita Murillo and Mariana Murillo Safa captured the life-death cycle through meticulous realism and symbolic vegetation. Her affection for children and yearning for motherhood shone through her lifelike portrayal of Mariana, underscoring Frida's ability to blend personal longing with artistic brilliance. Frida's role as a teacher at La Esmeralda further showcased her impact on the next generation of artists. Rejecting rigid academic conventions, she encouraged students to draw inspiration from folk traditions, personal experiences, and Mexico's vibrant culture. Her mentorship extended beyond technical instruction, fostering individuality, authenticity, and social consciousness in her students, who became known as Los Fritos. Her home in Coyoacan served as both a sanctuary for creativity and a vibrant classroom where art and life intertwined. The La Rosita Mural Project epitomized Frida's dedication to community art and cultural heritage. By revitalizing pulqueria murals with her students, Frida combined artistic innovation with social engagement. The project's grand unveiling was a celebration of communal creativity, showcasing her belief in art as a unifying and transformative force. Frida's mentorship extended beyond the canvas to empower marginalized communities. Building on the success of the La Rosita mural, she guided her students, Los Fritos, in creating works like the Laundress's mural, celebrating the labor and dignity of working-class women in Coyoacan. This project combined Rivera-esque social realism with Frida's focus on authenticity, elevating the voices of underrepresented groups. These community-based art initiatives exemplified her belief in art's potential to connect, uplift, and advocate for social justice. Even as her students pursued independent careers, the values she instilled united them in their dedication to art and activism. Her philosophy, that art is a tool for empowerment, connection, and cultural celebration, ensured her legacy would endure through their work. Frida's 1945 self-portrait with Small Monkey encapsulates her profound physical and emotional anguish, masterfully translating her suffering into a symbolic and visually arresting narrative. The yellow ribbon, a recurring motif of connection in her work, transforms into an ominous symbol of entrapment. Winding around her neck, a pre-Columbian idol, her monkey, her dog, and ultimately fastening to a nail embedded in the desolate background, the ribbon evokes themes of suffocation and entanglement. The nail symbolizes both her chronic physical pain and her martyr-like endurance, while the ribbon's vibrant yellow, often associated with vitality, paradoxically signals her decline. By 1944, Frida's health had deteriorated significantly, marked by severe spinal pain, fainting spells, and debilitating weight loss. Misdiagnosed with syphilis, she endured invasive and often futile treatments, including spinal injections, blood transfusions, and immobilizing corsets. Despite the grotesque nature of her medical regimens, Frida displayed remarkable resilience. Visitors marveled at her ability to paint, tell stories, and retain her humor while confined by steel rings and corsets. Frida's 1945 painting Without Hope portrays her physical and emotional torment with unflinching honesty. Set against the volcanic Pedregal landscape, a metaphor for her scarred body, Frida lies confined to bed, clutching a grotesque funnel that disgorges a cascade of unsettling objects: meat, a fish, and a sugar skull bearing her name. These images evoke Aztec rituals, force feeding, and the cosmic interplay of life and death, symbolized by the sun and moon overhead. On the painting's reverse, Frida's chilling inscription, "Not the least hope remains to me," encapsulates her despair. In 1946, Frida traveled to New York for a risky spinal fusion surgery, a procedure involving bone grafts and a metal rod. Her fortitude shone as she insisted on remaining conscious during the operation, finding solace in her sister Christina's presence. Despite excruciating post-surgical pain, Frida's creativity endured. She painted from her hospital bed, wrote letters filled with humor, and described her ordeal with striking clarity. Though the surgery failed to provide lasting relief, her unwavering determination to create and connect with others epitomized her resilience. Frida's 1946 painting, Tree of Hope, serves as a manifesto of endurance. A dual self-portrait, it juxtaposes a bleeding Frida on a hospital trolley with a regal version of herself in a red Tijuana dress, holding a banner inscribed with "Tree of Hope, keep firm." The split landscape of day and night reflects her internal duality, despair versus resilience. Similarly, in The Little Deer, Frida merges her identity with a young stag pierced by arrows, symbolizing her physical agony and stoic endurance. Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera's relationship, remembered as a union of sacred monsters, transcended their artistic contributions. Their partnership was marked by intense love, mutual admiration, and tumultuous dynamics, including infidelity, separations, and reconciliations. Frida's art chronicled the evolution of their relationship, from the disconnection depicted in Frida and Diego Rivera, 1931, to the entrapment and self-portrait as a Tijuana, 1943, where Diego's image appears on her forehead, symbolizing her obsession and emotional entanglement. Diego and I, 1949, captures her anguish, with tears cascading from her eyes, and Diego's image imprinted on her forehead, symbolizing his omnipresence in her thoughts. Frida's love for Diego transcended societal norms, betrayal, and illness. In her art and writings, she immortalized him as more than a husband or lover. He was her muse, life force, and spiritual counterpart. Paintings like The Love Embrace of the Universe, The Earth, Mexico, Diego, Me, and Señor Soloto, 1949, epitomize this dynamic. Frida portrays herself as a nurturing Mexican earth goddess, cradling an infantile Diego while milk flows from her cracked chest, symbolizing both pain and sustenance. Diego, holding a maguey plant, a symbol of virility, is depicted as a dependent figure within the cosmic balance of life and death. This duality underscores their bond, rooted in devotion yet marked by pain. Despite the turmoil, their bond endured, fueled by profound affection and mutual creative inspiration. Diego's public praise for Frida's genius as a diamond among stones contrasted with her private reverence for him as her architect of life. Frida's devotion to Diego was unyielding, extending to both public and private realms. She defended his character and politics with unwavering fervor, as demonstrated in her portrait of Diego, which celebrated his authenticity and genius while critiquing a society she viewed as decaying. Her loyalty was physical as well as emotional. Frida once sustained injuries intervening in a fight to protect him. Despite the pain his infidelities caused, she rationalized his behavior with humor and acceptance, framing his unfaithfulness as an innate part of his nature. Diego's affairs, including his scandalous relationship with film star Maria Felix, tested Frida's tolerance. Publicly, she displayed humor and composure, offering Diego as a gift to Maria in a note. Yet privately, she endured profound pain. Remarkably, Frida maintained friendships with Diego's lovers, reflecting her pragmatic approach to navigating her tumultuous marriage. Simultaneously, Frida sought agency through her own affairs, which served as acts of rebellion and self-assertion. Frida's journal illuminates her profound spiritual and erotic connection to Diego Rivera. She described their relationship as a cosmic dance, portraying herself as Chromophoro, the giver of color, and Diego as Auxochromo, the attractor of color. Through poetic imagery, she depicted Diego as the mirror of the night and the violent light of lightning, blending corporeal and universal dimensions to illustrate their intimate and transformative love. Diego, too, acknowledged Frida's unparalleled role in his life, confessing that without her, he would never have understood love. His response to Frida's existential question, "What do I live for?" with "So that I live," encapsulated their profound interdependence. Frida often described her love for Diego in maternal terms, blending nurturing care with sensual intimacy. She envisioned herself as his origin, simultaneously cradling and creating him. Her writings reflect this fusion, detailing her desire to bathe and care for him as acts of love and connection. This maternal role empowered her in a relationship often imbalanced by Diego's infidelities, allowing her to assert her centrality in his life. Yet it also encapsulated the contradictions of their bond, bringing her both profound joy and deep sorrow. Diego's childlike traits often surfaced, emphasizing Frida's maternal role. An incident where he grew possessive over a toy gifted to a visitor's child illustrates his insecurities. Frida's calm, affectionate response balanced his whims. She recounted his indecision and imagination, attributing them to his childlike wonder, which shaped his creative pursuits. These traits further deepened her connection to him, blending indulgence with admiration. Frida's diary entries convey the layered nature of her love for Diego. She regarded him as lover, husband, child, and even mother, writing, "Diego, my baby. Diego, my boyfriend. Diego, my universe." Yet she accepted his independence, poignantly noting, "Why do I call him my Diego? He never was nor ever will be mine. He belongs to himself." In 1950, Frida faced a harrowing medical crisis. A gangrenous infection in her right foot led to numerous surgeries and a prolonged hospital stay. Her ordeal included a spinal fusion that left her grappling with infections, paralysis, and unrelenting pain. Vivid accounts from her sister Matilda describe the draining of infected wounds and the sensation of lying on broken glass. Frida's humor and courage remained evident, even as she endured immense physical suffering. Despite being bedridden and encased in plaster corsets, Frida channeled her energy into art. Her letters reflected frustration at her physical limitations and gratitude for her guardian angel, Dr. Leo Elliser. While she humorously likened herself to a cabbage, she remained determined to paint, using creativity as a psychological anchor. Visitors adorned her corsets with art, and Frida herself transformed her pain into meaningful expression, crafting an extraordinary sanctuary of resilience and creativity within the hospital. Frida's art during this time reflected her unyielding spirit. With a custom-designed easel, she painted works like My Family, exploring themes of lineage and connection. Emotional drawings, created in collaboration with Olga Campos, delved into love, joy, and pain. Through her art, Frida reclaimed her identity and demonstrated the power of creation as both a refuge and a testament to survival. Frida's hospital room became a hub of life and connection. Family, friends, and admirers visited to offer support, often leaving inspired by her humor, compassion, and vitality. Despite her pain, Frida focused on uplifting others, masking her vulnerability with charm and wit. Frida's outward resilience contrasted with her inner vulnerability. Her art and letters reveal a fragile emotional state beneath her humor and stoicism. Works like Self-Portrait with the Portrait of Dr. Farrell capture this duality, with her heart depicted as a palette. Even as her body deteriorated, she infused her surroundings with life, laughter, and art. Frida turned her hospital stay into a celebration of life. Visitors brought her favorite meals, films, and tequila, creating an atmosphere of joy and camaraderie. Diego's tender gestures, like renting a projector for her favorite movies, underscored their enduring connection, this vibrancy juxtaposed against her grim medical reality. Her mornings began with small meals and attempts to paint, often from her bed or the outdoors when possible. Afternoons brought visitors, including luminaries like Maria Felix, family members, and political allies. Her sister Christina's devoted care ensured she was seldom alone, while social gatherings and familial warmth offered a semblance of normalcy. Yet beneath her vibrant attire and floral adornments lay a deep sense of loneliness, as reflected in her diary. Rare excursions to markets or nearby towns provided brief reprieves from confinement. These outings, supported by her nurse or friends, became acts of defiance against her physical limitations. Frida's ability to connect with people from all walks of life shone during these moments, such as when she befriended young boys, gifting them cigarettes and inviting them to movies. Evening gatherings, organized by Diego, became sanctuaries of joy and connection. Although often limited to observing the festivities, Frida's laughter and wit lit up the room. These moments offered her an escape from physical suffering, immersing her in the cultural vibrancy she cherished. In her final years, painting became Frida's assertion of life and agency. Still lifes, often featuring oversized fruits with bruises and gashes, mirrored her own fragility while celebrating vitality and renewal. Though she faced profound physical decline, her unyielding spirit, vibrant creativity, and deep connections to art and activism defined her existence. Confined largely to her home, she transformed pain into purpose, anchoring herself in relationships, routine, and revolutionary ideals, even as she grappled with isolation and despair. Frida's commitment to Marxism deepened in her later years, offering her a sense of purpose and interconnectedness. Her diary, filled with praise for revolutionary leaders, reflected her belief in a harmonious future born from struggle. This ideological fervor provided a lens through which she viewed her personal challenges, connecting her suffering to broader societal struggles. Frida's final creative acts were imbued with defiance and vitality. In 1952, she led her students in revitalizing the murals of La Rosita Pulqueria, infusing the project with personal humor and cultural commentary. Despite her physical limitations, she declared rebellion against her body's constraints, embodying her unyielding spirit. Frida's 1953 solo exhibition in Mexico, a celebration of her artistic legacy, became a theatrical act of resilience. The opening night of the exhibition was a surreal celebration of her life and art. Guests from all walks of life, artists, working-class admirers, and intellectuals, gathered in what was described as a procession of monsters, drawn by Frida's magnetic presence. Reclining in her bed adorned with skeleton Judas figures, she became the centerpiece, transforming the gallery into a space where art, life, and death intertwined. Frida's arrival on a stretcher, dressed in her iconic Tijuana costume, embodied the duality of her existence, vibrant defiance juxtaposed with her waning physical strength. The exhibition received critical and public acclaim, with international media highlighting Frida's resilience. Critics praised her ability to weave her personal narrative into her art, while publications like Time quoted her defiant words, "I am not sick, I am broken, but I am happy to be alive as long as I can paint." The overwhelming response led to an extension of the exhibition. For Diego Rivera, the exhibition was a bittersweet moment. He took immense pride in Frida's success, but was deeply pained by her deteriorating health. Witnessing her final public triumph was a moment of artistic validation, overshadowed by the inevitability of her physical decline. Later in 1953, Frida faced the devastating decision to amputate her leg due to a gangrenous infection. Her visceral reaction, a scream of anguish, revealed the profound loss of identity and autonomy tied to her condition. Diego's despair mirrored her own as he recognized the physical and emotional toll this would exact on her. Frida confronted her amputation with her characteristic dark humor, calling herself Frida the Gimp, and imagining herself as flying without her leg. This humor, however, masked deeper anguish, as seen in her diary sketches of severed limbs and disintegration. Through her art, she sought catharsis, creating metaphors of resilience, such as her captioned sketch, "Feet. What do I want them for if I have wings to fly?" Following her surgery, Frida retreated into isolation, emotionally withdrawing even from Diego. Caregivers observed her haunting silence, a stark contrast to her once fiery spirit. Compounding her despair was the betrayal she felt from Diego's relationship with Emma Hurtado, which further eroded her sense of agency. Frida reclaimed a measure of agency through her prosthetic leg, which she adorned with embroidered red leather boots and bells. This act transformed a symbol of loss into an expression of vitality and defiance. Frida's diary entries from this period reveal a complex interplay of despair and fragile hope. She expressed a yearning for death, feeling that her suffering had reached its peak, yet moments of gratitude for Diego, her doctors, and her own indomitable will emerged. She credited her survival to Diego, whom she tenderly called her child, reflecting her dependence on and devotion to him. The amputation of her leg exacerbated Frida's sense of helplessness. Even simple tasks became perilous, as illustrated by a fall that embedded a needle in her body. As her condition worsened, Frida's emotional volatility grew more pronounced. She lashed out at loved ones, particularly Diego, over minor issues, only to regret her actions later. These outbursts were fueled by physical pain, drug-induced instability, and profound inner turmoil. Diego, deeply anguished by her suffering, oscillated between comforting her with tender stories and lamenting his inability to ease her pain. Diego's presence remained both a source of solace and tension. His absences deepened Frida's feelings of isolation, yet his return softened her anger and brought fleeting peace. Despite his infidelities and emotional distance, Frida's love for Diego endured, anchoring her in her darkest moments. Amid her suffering, Frida turned to painting as a form of catharsis and resistance. Despite excruciating pain and limited mobility, she returned to her studio, creating works imbued with raw emotion and bold symbolism. Frida's participation in a communist demonstration shortly before her death exemplified her unwavering defiance. Slumped in her wheelchair, she raised a banner and shouted anti-imperialist slogans, transforming her deteriorating body into a symbol of resistance. This act, though self-destructive, underscored her commitment to her ideals and her refusal to yield to her physical decline. Frida's 47th birthday, celebrated just days before her death, was a bittersweet farewell. Surrounded by friends, music, and flowers, she presided over the gathering with grace and humor, though the weight of finality loomed. Frida's final diary entries reveal her raw confrontation with death, blending despair, resignation, and fragile hope. Chaotic sketches of winged figures and a black angel embody her struggle with mortality, expressing an inner turmoil that was deeply personal yet universal. Her poignant final words, "I hope the exit is joyful, and I hope never to come back," encapsulate her complex relationship with life and death, and sparking enduring speculation about whether her passing was an act of will or inevitability. In her last paintings, Frida intertwined revolutionary ideals with personal anguish. Works like Frida and Stalin and Marxism Will Give Health to the Sick depicted political figures as saviors, symbolizing her yearning for solace amidst physical decline. While overtly ideological, these pieces remained deeply autobiographical, reflecting her persistent effort to reconcile personal suffering with her faith in political and social change. On the night of July 12, 1954, Frida presented Diego with a gold ring intended for their upcoming silver anniversary, confessing her premonition that her end was near. Despite her bronchopneumonia and enduring pain, she displayed characteristic humor, joking about the monotony of her restricted diet. Early the next morning, she briefly awakened in pain but fell back asleep after being comforted by her nurse. By 6 a.m. on July 13th, she was found lifeless, her eyes open and gazing into the void. While the official cause of death was pulmonary embolism, speculation persists that her passing might have been the result of an intentional or accidental overdose. Diego Rivera was profoundly affected by Frida's death, describing her face in death as tranquil and more beautiful than ever. In his autobiography, he later confessed that losing her illuminated the irreplaceable role she played in his life, a realization that came too late. Rivera's grief was palpable as he grappled with the void left by her absence, oscillating between disbelief and sorrow while carrying the weight of regret. Frida's body was laid out in her home, adorned in traditional Tijuana attire, with jewelry and flowers. Friends and admirers gathered to mourn and marvel at her beauty and death. Later, her coffin was transported to the Palace of Fine Arts in Mexico City, where she lay in state surrounded by red flowers and a communist flag. Her funeral, both deeply personal and overtly political, reflected her unwavering ideals. Diego's defiance in refusing to remove the flag underscored their shared commitment to revolution, even in death. On July 14th, a procession of over 600 mourners followed Frida's coffin through the rain-soaked streets of Avenida Juarez, led by an honor guard including Rivera and former President Lázaro Cárdenas. Patriotic songs and hymns filled the air, mirroring the collective sorrow and admiration for Frida's life and legacy. The mourners' unity and grief reflected Frida's profound connection to her nation and the causes she championed. At the modest crematorium, mourners bid their final goodbyes as Frida's body, adorned with flowers and red carnations, was prepared for cremation. Rivera, overwhelmed by grief, insisted on music accompanying her cremation. Revolutionary hymns and traditional ballads created a poignant farewell as flames consumed her body. For a moment, her fiery silhouette seemed to rise, a vivid and symbolic defiance of death. In the aftermath, Rivera paid homage to Frida through acts of reverence and ritual. He housed her ashes in a pre-Columbian urn at her Blue House, transforming it into a museum in 1955. Preserving her art materials, personal belongings, and iconic objects, the museum became a living testament to her spirit. Her final painting, Viva la Vida, inscribed with its life-affirming title, encapsulates her enduring defiance and joy, despite her life of profound pain. Frida Kahlo's farewell reflects the contradictions that defined her life. Humor amidst pain, defiance in the face of decline, and an unyielding commitment to art and ideals. Whether her death was a final act of agency or quiet surrender, it marked the culmination of a life of resilience, creativity, and individuality. Through her art, her home, and the memories of those who knew her, Frida's legacy remains a beacon of strength, creativity, and human complexity. Her spirit continues to inspire, a flame that burns brightly against the shadows of profound suffering and mortality. What are your thoughts on the extraordinary life and legacy of Frida Kahlo? Share your reflections in the comments below. I'd love to hear how her journey resonates with you. Thank you, as always, for watching and celebrating the life of this iconic artist with me. Until next time, keep seeking the stories that move your soul.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to um, stop this. Okay, I did it, y'all. I did it. I did it. I can't believe I did it, but I did it. Okay, so the reason why, hold on, I gotta get to some little music for the background here. The reason why I did this Shero is because the relation chronic illnesses and isolation relating to me. And I'm pretty sure there's other people who had taken care of someone that had chronic illness. I know Mr. McCoy is experiencing that. And I see my girl Christina is here. She has long COVID. And y'all heard her story. And there was a lot of stuff she was going through with all those chronic illnesses all together. Not only that, her relationship with her husband and how he treated her, but she still was there to support him, even though he went behind her back having all these affairs. And since she couldn't birth a baby, he decided to have sex with the sister, the baby sister, and had two kids. So she definitely had some emotional traumas with that because she started exploring herself to have an affair, kind of payback, but he didn't like it. He got jealous and then telling her she can't be doing that. Wait a minute, but you want to do it? And then she explored other ways with other women. She wants some loving too. Even if she had these scars, that was another situation. I fell into that category myself after I had the hysterectomy. I went there, and I'm like, man, my body don't look the same. I look like a misfit. I'm all cut up here and there, scars everywhere. How somebody gonna love me like this? All chopped up. So I had to think it's the inner peace that the significant other is supposed to focus on it. But he learned about that too late when she passed away. That's all she wanted to do is to live life. She was a free spirit. So she painted her pain. And I have this stuff on my playlist. So I'm gonna be taking pictures and y'all can it's gonna be on the same playlist, okay? But I had to do real talk because I seen a lot of people who have COVID going through some mental changes because of something that they didn't cause. She had polio. She was in a trolley accident where the pole went through her vagina and out the other side. She had to be in a cast for so many months. And the guy that she liked, he left the country and he just ghosted on her, you know, because he didn't want to be with someone that's handicapped or disabled. Um, anyway, I thought I'd bring these subjects up because my relationship with her is because when she created her paintings, she showed her pain with skeletons. Okay, I brought this out so I can take pictures with skeletons representing the death of her good health and the death of her baby and some more things, and her culture also. And um my pain is when I around my uh, um, when I was growing up. And I don't like arguing. I always find something to paint, and I disappear and shut off the noise. Every one of these paintings in my studio is definitely the one that's very realistic and stuff in detail. That's when I went in that zone, and I'm easily shut people off. I could just you want to sound like wah 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 to me when you arguing. I don't resonate with you yelling at me at all. I just look at you like, okay, anytime now. I ain't caused it, so what's wrong with you? you know, so I created these bubble lifestyle, and definitely now since I have long COVID, I'm definitely isolated even more of me being allergic to a lot of things. So I will put in this platform up here of discussion because I believe she passed away because of no one actually loving her. Okay, so anyway, um, anybody in the panel want to talk about dealing with chronic illnesses? If even if it's a loved one, this is the platform to bring it out. And I want us to do real talk. You know, you taking care of somebody and you don't feel like you have your own livelihood because you're responsible for this individual. And where can I get some peace somewhere or a day for myself? You know. Anyway, Christina, my girlfriend up here who has long COVID, you
I
know.
actually, I actually do not have long
Oh,
COVID. No, I've been doing a lot of information since the beginning of the pandemic about it with the research that they're
educated.
trying to. Yes.
She's an educator. I met her through Heather's group for long haul COVID, and
Yeah.
she's she's a teacher. She uses art, and she's a wonderful, wonderful spirit. And so I'm so happy you came up here.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm so sorry that I was gonna. I knew I'd be a little bit late.
it's
Trying to get
okay.
stuff ready for dinner and whatnot, and then kids, all that fun stuff. But
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
you were just discussing something called caregiver role stream.
yeah,
In that can really be just such a challenging thing to try and overcome, um, because you tend to lose a lot of yourself in caring for, your loved one that is maybe failing health, and you end up putting yourself on the back burner, and you can actually age yourself pretty significantly. So making sure you're taking time to ensure that you're doing self-care is so important as well. um, I know that even in with my parents, getting older, and my stepfather recently passing, he was in hospice, and I was helping with him with that. But it's hard. It's hard.
yes, it is. Mr. McCoy, is he still with us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Would you care to
So,
share your experience?
so, oh my goodness. Over the last
Right.
4 years, I actually have immersed myself into the necessity to care. Which is came from my mom. My mom has 4 years ago she had a mini stroke. That mini stroke, or even prior to the mini stroke, she actually had dementia. She was demented, but she actually had a surgery, and they put what's called a shunt, in her
Mm,
temple, and that shunt was attached to some kind of really, really, really tiny cord that went down through a certain part of her body that released itself through her pancreas.
Yeah.
and that release was called hydrocephalus. You know,
Okay.
so and that's all it is fluid on your brain. So that's supposedly scientifically and medically. That's what a lot of what happens. Your brain, it starts to feed off of something that hydrocephalus or overage of fluid or whatever it is. But nonetheless, for 4 years, I've been her caregiver, and it actually it humbled me in so many ways I can't even describe it. My God, just had taken on so many different dynamics, and then watching her, go from different stages. I was sharing this with somebody earlier today, in those stages, I mean, in specificity, there were points and times in each stage they would be like chunked. And this particular chunk of time would be over, say, 4 months, 5 months, maybe even 6 months if we're lucky. Maybe not quite that long, but somewhere, 5, 6 months, somewhere around about. And she has the same kind of demeanor per se. She's still demented, and demented in such a way that she needs to be cared for. Where
Right.
she's talking, talking interestingly, making you laugh and saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, so I had been with all these different times, but see now she's actually for over a year now, since May of last year, 2024. She came home from the hospital and she had to be she was put into hospice. So the hospice care team we had to switch them to another hospice care team. We weren't too pleased with the services from the first hospice care team. So she's in an in-home hospice care,
Mhm.
and that's just where I've been, for the last 4 years. And when I think about just the person that she's been and who she's just a wonderful person, just all around. She had she has three offspring. I'm the middle.
Uh-huh.
My brother's the oldest, and he has a debilitating illness, so he hasn't been able to, and he's hadn't been able to really take care of himself, he has schizophrenia,
Oh wow.
so and just that's it has taken on its own interesting dynamic, and in so many different ways. That's a whole nother conversation in and of itself. However, it's three of us, and then it's my sister and I. My mother didn't have any siblings, and then plus being raised, so my mother was just an amazing person, and she was dogged out by two guys, my sister's father and my brother and I. My brother and I were the oldest. We have the same father. She was
Yeah.
dogged out by them, So when I think about some of the times that I have felt a little, you know, feeling a little anxiety or something because I had dealt with a whole succession of different things. I became destitute. I left my family, not unbeknownst to me, what I would be embarking upon and what I would be doing. I left my home, to care for my mom. And it was hard because we coming off of the pandemic, and my industry got clobbered pretty seriously.
Right.
And so when I made the decision to come and care for my mom, I didn't really have anything. I didn't have any savings. I didn't have anything. And then here I am, I got a family, my wife and my two daughters, and it's like, what do you do? But I've always, lived by this guiding rule, and it's been like my life's compass. If it's really, really in your heart to do, really nobody can tell you, and especially if it's right and it honors God, you're going to do exactly what it is that you need to,
Yeah.
and those are the things that I believe you stand on, you know, um, so it ended up costing me. I lost everything. But not to mention, there were some things about me that probably created some of it. Ain't no probably, I created some calamity in my family, and that's because I had a very, very serious and, long, 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 long term addiction, gambling addiction.
Mhm.
Just started, recovery almost 2 years now, with that, but caring for my mom. So when I came to care for my mom, it brought me to my knees in so many ways, because I went all of the things that I felt that was being taken away from me because I just went through a divorce. I was like, dang, then I realized, some of those things that were taken, they were probably needed to be taken. You know what I
Right.
mean? So caring for my mom, oh, wow. Just, if I couldn't think of a better person or no one else, to care for and to be there for, and to see her evolve into this particular stage that she is.
Yeah.
She's incapacitated. She can't do anything, literally nothing. So she needs the care, she needs the love, the attention. So I've been here, and I'm grateful. I'm glad. I'm thankful. In those moments that I felt anxiety of whatever kind,
Yeah.
I had to dig deep, and I had to say things like, I believe everything has a silver lining, and I've had to find moments and times where I had to find the silver lining in whatever situation I felt myself in, and say, listen, it will be better because I made the time. There's a thing in the Bible. In the Bible, there's a scripture in the Bible that talks about honoring your mother and your father so
Yeah.
that your days may be long.
Right.
I never knew that would, I didn't know what that meant. And who's to say that the way that I've been able to do it or given the opportunity to do it is the right way? Well, I've been there,
And
and
made it.
I've made time and made a sacrifice. And when I felt like it was costing me, I wasn't able to work. And once again, I said I became destitute. It was hard, very hard. As a grown man, here you are, you want to, be productive and take on the things you need to do. But I think there's some times in your life, man, when God has to really strip you or take you.
Yes.
It's kind of
Okay.
like an old car. You know,
Yeah.
rebuild it. So yeah, but God is
Well,
good.
yeah, you sharing that with us, being a man in the group to come in and share your personal story and being
Yeah.
transparent. Appreciate that. We
Yes,
have
man.
we have Sister Lai up here, and she going through herself in so many ways. Lai, well, first of all, let me make sure that's her. Lai, is that you?
It's me.
Yeah. So you heard what the discussion is, right? So
Yes.
she coming from both angles. You care to share anything concerning about how you handling yourself, being the mama, the caregiver, everything, and you have trauma yourself? How you handling things?
Uh, I don't know that I'm necessarily taking certain steps to handle things. I'm just doing what needs to be done.
Yeah.
I mean, so uh, hold on one second.
Okay.
Austin's watching something on the TV.
Okay.
I'm I'm walking to the other room.
Tell Joey get on the phone. Get up here too.
Joey's not here.
Oh, he's. Oh, you. That's right. I forgot.
I'm in Boston
You
right
did
now.
invite him, so I did see him earlier.
So just a little bit of background for me.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know me, um, I have complex regional pain syndrome. Uh, so I'm in an 8 out of 10 of pain every day. Um, and it is really hard to function on a daily basis because of the amount of pain that I'm in. And there is no cure or treatment for it that my insurance will cover. So I just get to deal with being in pain all the time. So it is very exhausting because, I mean, pain is tiring. And so it leaves me a lot of the time just wanting to be laid up in bed all the time, but I can't
Right.
because I'm also the caregiver of my son who has leukemia and has it's
Okay.
relapsed. So The treatment is way more aggressive this time around than it was the first time around.
Mhm.
Um, and that means I have to be on my A game even more, um, and have to be able to rush him down to Boston at a moment's notice. Um,
Hold on one second, McCoy. Can you put yourself on mute?
Oh, I'm
'Cause
sorry.
I hear feedback.
I'm sorry. Let me. How do I
It's
do that?
okay.
How do I do that?
Okay.
there should be a little microphone on the bottom of the screen. Just tap it.
Okay, okay, I see it.
You
Can you hear me? You
see?
still hear me?
Uh huh.
Yep,
Okay, so hold on. I see the microphone.
You just hit on the microphone and it'll mute you. There
there
you
you
go. Okay, now I'll be able to hear lie.
go. um, so yeah, because of all of the complications with his chemo being more aggressive and everything, I have to be able to be on my A game and be able to not only advocate for him, but go over all of his medical history and his medications and changes to medications. I have to be able to administer some of those medications at home. Well, a lot of them at home, but also like some of the treatments at home too. And I definitely would say that there have been more than a few times that I have broke down in absolute just sobbing mess tears because of the recognition of the fact that I know that chemotherapy is literally poison,
Yeah.
and I am pushing poison into my kid. Um, that mom guilt, but it is not to hurt him, it's to heal him.
Mhm.
Um, but it doesn't make it less uncomfy.
Right.
Um, so it, it's just,
A lot.
I don't know how to put it into words. It's a lot.
Yes, it is. Um, I don't know. I've been holding on this look for a long time and researching her and really researched and found all that she's been through. Even some more stuff that I found out about her. They amputated her foot. You know, she got a gangrene. Then they amputated half of the leg, the same leg where the foot was, and she had a fake leg that was made for her back then. So that was kind of awkward for her, you know, um, and all the other stuff that came upon as we wait for the right specialist. Back then, there weren't that many. Back then, you know, that
Yeah.
all they do was just chop you up. And that
Well,
supposed to be the solution.
and even if there have been treatments or solutions, she might not have been able to access them because of
Yeah,
racism and colorism and stuff too. So,
right, right, and she just went through so much mental trauma with
mhm.
all the people she loved. You know, her mama didn't like the guy she married at all. She was over religious, and the dad wanted her to marry him because he made a lot of money being a realist, artist that did murals around their country, you know, and the United States. She did not like the United States. She wanted to go back where she came from. But you know, and she felt lost in America. But
Mhm.
you know, it don't feel like home. You know that peace was not there. But she had that man's back though. No matter how they came at him, she was right there, giving a little piece of sound mind. You know, um, and that's what we have to find is that area where you can find that space for peace. It might, I don't know how long it might take, 2 days or whatever. Just like McCoy was talking about, he's humble now. After all that he been through, he found his peace. You know, and sometimes it have to take us to go through stuff. You know, this now I call my scars the superpower. I got pretty scars now. They carry a story. You know, It's my testimony. It is what helping me to be a beacon of light for those people who need encouragement. This right here, before I came up here, I actually fell backwards off this couch onto the floor. So yeah,
Mama,
I'm feeling it right now. And but I got things prepared for me after I do this to go soak my pain away. But eyes are feeling it now. It's thank God I'm thick. Yeah, I fell backwards off of this floor just like I did out of the tub. But I'm
Mama,
what?
you need to get some safety guards or something around you. Or wrap you in bubble wrap. You're too precious. You can't be hurting yourself like that.
I, I told you I'm a bubble girl. I still tell you that.
I mean, same,
And
Mama,
thank
same.
God
But
I have my
also,
exercise mat right here. But what broke my fall? What I'm gonna tell you what broke my fall. It's the Amazon bag.
you know what? Thank
The
you,
silver
Amazon.
one. It got bottles in here, like my water bottles in here, and the old hair that I had taken out is all in here. That made a pillow. Plus, I have the mat down here. Gave extra cushion. I said, "What did I land on?" And I hit the table. The table fell over. I done set everything up. Everything, the makeup, the light. I broke the light, the lamp. I broke the lamp.
Mama.
Every time I come in here, something always happening. Yeah, just to put this up, and I ain't get a chance to put it up. So, yeah, I'm a stunt woman. That's it. I need to apply to be a stunt older woman, disabled, and jump out of my scooter and catch a car or something. I need to do some role like
You
Superman.
remind me too much. You remind me too much of myself. Stop it.
I told you we were twins.
hmm
You and my other girl. But yeah, yeah, I wanted to share this because it meant a lot to me to hear her story in death. And there's a movie, I forgot what that Spanish girl who portrayed her looked just like her. And I've seen it
Wasn't that
years
Penelope?
ago.
Wasn't
I
that
forgot
Penelope
the
Cruz?
name, but I guess it was called Frida.
Yeah, I think it was Penelope Cruz that portrayed her.
Okay. And
I could be wrong.
right, I
Or
think
it
you're
might have
right.
been Selma Hayek. I
Oh,
don't
she said
remember.
it. My girl here in DC just said it, Salma. Well, how you
Yeah,
pronounce it? Hey,
Selma Hayek.
Haya.
Hayek.
Okay, Hayek. Thank you. She take care of her mom. You know, she's a good daughter, and she wear her
Mhm.
mask and all that. She's here in my area. Girl, yeah, I felt. I said, you know what? Now I got to come up with another mechanism for protection. And I think what I'm gonna do, you know how the people that do exercise, they have the rubbery carpet. You know what I'm talking about? The they
Are you saying you're
block.
gonna
They
get
come in squares, right? So I think I buy me some and put it all over my floors. So when I fall, I won't hurt as bad. I will bounce up.
you
It'll
mean you
be
have to toddlerize your house?
yeah. I'm gonna put. What you laughing at? I gotta protect my tail because I just fall out of nowhere. It was like somebody yanked me off this couch. I said, I'm on the floor. How the heck I get up here? And I, anyway, that's
Mom.
what I just found out that Northwest has coat. What in DC? Yeah, it's not just there. It's in a lot of places. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I got to figure out what patterns I want. The color of my floor, black and blue, maybe.
No.
You laughing? I'm serious. I'm gonna put it in my
Mama,
bathroom.
You making your floor black and blue to cut to
Heck yeah,
protect you
girl.
from bruises
I gotta
and make
protect
you
my
black and
chick.
blue?
Yeah. It's better than the other ones that I see, you know. Girl, you think I ain't I cut my foot just a little bit on the edge.
Mama,
I did cut it. I
gotta
had
be
to
careful.
when I fall down, I have to sit there and wiggle every little part of me to make sure it works. And
I do
then
that with the kids every time they fall. I'm like, does this still work?
and
Does
then
that
I
still
take
work?
my time try to get up. But so far, every time I fall, I'm always doing a split.
Mama,
I ain't lying.
please
I
don't join
had,
a cheerleading squad.
I did. I
You will
actually
get even
did.
worse.
I said, you know what? I done broke then. That's it. Sure enough can in the air and landed just like the way I was in the air. And I said, here we go again. I called my mother. I said, Mama, I've fallen. I can't get up. I said, tell me a joke while I'm here feeling my body talk to me. She said, you need to go to the hospital. I said, Mama, I'm blaming you for this. And she's like, what you mean? My gene? I didn't, I fell off that tree of yours because you forever doing stuff. And it landed into my cup.
She's like, yeah, you
She's
fell
like
from
a
my tree,
black
but it's not my fault. You started
Ricardo.
cartwheeling on the way down.
He said, you ain't gonna blame me. She called me back before I came on like, you all right? I said, I'm sore. I'm feeling the soreness now, but I got cushion. I'm good. Did nothing break, but I got the biomat on. So while I'm sitting here, I'm getting treatment from the tail up, so it's heated up. So I'm feeling it. It feels good. So yeah, and I got these pillows in the back of me, but that pillow that I stepped on it's a vibrating machine. I rolled it up, put it in a pillowcase. It's a soft one. You know what? And the cord came out of it. I stepped on that and it cut my foot. And where it cut, my foot shifted. Next thing I'm on the floor. That's about it.
I'm gonna tell Joey you cut your foot on a vibrator.
Yeah, tell him that. Okay, we got Beth over here. She been my assistant. I appreciate you, Beth. You have anything to add to the conversation
I
other
was
than the vibrator thing?
looking at the comments, and YT was talking about Kanye West's daughter. You know, his daughter named Northwest. She has COVID.
Oh, that's what she was saying.
Yeah.
Oh, oh Lord,
Right.
I thought she talking about Northwest DC. Thank you
Uh,
for explaining that. Yeah, I'm telling you, I can't see right now because I think I dropped my brain when I hit that table, which is
oh
because
no.
I'm sore. She laughing at me, girl. I'm like, yeah, I got
I'm
issue
not
with.
laughing. I'm shaking my head because you're too much like me. Stop it.
Yeah, I was just, yeah, girl. What you talking about? What you talking about? Thank God we're thick. That's the whole point. That's why we built this way. We cushion that way.
Well, some of my cushion is missing. I'm missing it from the backside. It's not fair.
It's to prepare us. God know what He doing.
Hmm.
And I said yesterday when I went for my walk, I said, was it yesterday? I don't forgot what day I went walking. But
Yesterday.
I said I want to keep my butt and my TTs. I want to keep that. So I want to be curvaceous. I want to be thin. I want to be a brick.
I got curves too, Mama, but it makes me look like a
with
potato.
cushion. Brick house. Somebody said, who said that? You said that, Bell.
What? Brick house?
When I went,
No.
yeah, when I was walking. Who called me a brick?
I didn't.
Oh, I was hearing that in my head.
Probably.
One of those songs. Y'all,
Yeah.
girl. Okay, I can't laugh too much. That. Yeah, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming in. And Christina, you too.
Hey,
And
Mama,
McCoy. Huh?
I got my Dana Farber sticker from today.
What's that?
Dana Farber Cancer Institute. It's the sticker from when we went to the doctor's office today.
Oh, okay. Like I can see that.
I knew you weren't going to be able to
Said
see this.
thank you.
I was showing it to you anyway.
We got to talk offline. You and I have our girl talk. YT, I forgot your real name or what you go by other than YT. Gee, you know.
Magna Mayhem said 1 in every 38 people in the country have COVID at this moment.
Yeah, it's on the rise.
Hmm.
Apparently,
Jennifer,
measles is on the rise in Massachusetts now too, because they had big signs
put
all
your
over the
mask
street.
on.
Yeah.
Put your mask on. I forgot to do my edges, y'all. Darn. I forgot. Not my hair. Yep. Sure is. I forgot to slick it down. I forgot, girl. I forgot. I do it later if it whole. I got frizzy.
They're just
But
baby hairs.
I'm portraying myself as her in my culture, you know, because Blackfoot, Indian, Cherokee, African American, Cuban, all up in here. I'm trying to add it. to put put all put all the earrings together. I ain't put the other one on because I know that's gonna hurt me. That ear's closed. But uh I had another question and I forgot. Anybody have some last words to say?
Well, Mama, can I tell you one thing that gave me some peace today?
Some peace today. What was that?
So it was a really nice day out, and Austin had his appointment at Dana Farber, right? Um, and the shuttle takes longer than it takes to walk because of all the
Oh
traffic in Boston.
yeah.
So I looked at Austin. I said, "Do you want to wait for the shuttle and have to, sit in all the traffic?" He's like, "Can we just walk?" And I was like, "Sure." So
Okay.
we're walking back, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful day out. We're walking back, and there's two wild turkeys on the sidewalk. And
Oh wow.
I took pictures of them. But this is the funny part, right? As we're walking up towards them, one of them starts to walk into the road. So I'm like waving at the car coming, like, "Hey, stop! There's a turkey crossing," right? And this lady was walking past, going the opposite way on the sidewalk, and the big turkey looked at her and decided it was going to try to chase her and attack her. But it gets better, Mama. I looked at the turkey and I said, "No, you don't. You stop that. You go across the road." And it stopped. And it crossed the road.
Why
I was
you
like,
come?
"I just mothered a freaking turkey. What is going on right now?"
That's pretty cool.
And Austin was laughing hysterically. And then when I was on the phone with Joey after, I said, "Joey, tell Ethan what happened with the turkey." So Joey told Ethan, and Ethan's like, "So the turkey listened to mom?" And Joey's like, "Yeah." And he goes, "That's a smart turkey."
Yeah. Or you would have been in somebody's plate.
Well, I was saying it's getting close to Thanksgiving, dude. You better not.
And that is a good one. Anybody has a peaceful moment today? Christina.
Um, those are hard to come by, I tell you. But I got some cleaning done, and I am packing my husband's lunch at the moment. So before I get ready to go pick up my kids from work.
Okay. Y'all got to check out Christina's page. She's very hilarious and informative, educate, and she does illustration for you to understand about what y'all call it. What you call it? Micro, micro what?
Are you talking about like microbiology or?
Yeah, how you break it down with your illustration.
See, it just depends on the topic, but sometimes like it'll just be essentially about like pathophysiology or how the human body works, or I mean, you name it, medications. Like there's a number of things that
Right.
I've done.
Hmm. I need to talk to you about project. Yeah, because Heather suggested it too back in the day on the
How is
Discord.
she? Have you heard from her?
No, Amira did. I was waiting for Amira to come up here, Long COVID Association, but she been having some health issues. But yeah, she heard from her. She had caught COVID though.
Oh
She heard from her
no.
this year.
Oh, yeah, I haven't heard from her in so long, and I've been worried about her.
Yeah. Um, you have my number, right?
I I believe I do. Let me check.
Do you follow Long COVID, mommy? Yeah, we're hoping she come up here. Jennifer, we talked yesterday or whatever day I went walking. I don't forgot. Um, I told her about today. I was hoping she showed up, but if not, it's okay. I'm gonna have this on my YouTube channel on the playlist of Frida. Yeah, she funny. Yeah, she real funny. She called her husband Purse. She said her helper is called a purse. I said, did you remember that, Bell? She called her husband a purse. Her purse
Yeah.
was.
Said
I said,
that.
are you referring your husband as a purse for your helper? She said, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I said, now that's new. It kind of makes sense too. But I still got my little small pen in my walker, my cast iron pen. I
Oh
still
yeah.
have it in my walker. Okay, I
Oh
take it
okay.
out when I go walk around the community. So they have it on Amazon. It is really good for the women to have in their purse. Y'all know what
Hmm.
I mean?
Hey, Mama, you could fit your
Yeah,
mini frying pan in one of these,
exactly.
but this is Austin's pump bag. Wait, are we hitting people with frying pans? Hmm? Are we hitting people with frying pans? Mama's always threatening to hit people with frying pans, so.
Oh, why you say it like that? That's if they come attack my tail, they gonna get fried. Yeah. Hey, look, we have Miss Cream Pie. We have a man. Wait a minute, where's she at? So I can invite her in. I ain't talked to her in a minute. You look good, honey. Um,
Say thank you.
Glasses on, looking like a professor. Mr. McCoy. I'm going down the road like I'm in class. Mr. McCoy.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So what peaceful thing you had today? I saw that.
Peaceful.
Yes,
Uh,
that brought you some peace today.
uh, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I mean, I don't know. As long as I get a good chunk of piece from out of each day, I'm good. You know what I mean? Not one in particular thing that I can think of the day that was like a major highlight. But I know yesterday I did a which I never knew. I didn't know that it was going to be so extensive and so long. I did a test, a practical and a written test, a chef test yesterday,
Oh,
and it was
okay.
a pretty extensive, a lot more than what I anticipated, as I mentioned, but you know, without the challenge or the rigor, it wouldn't probably be too exciting or interesting, So
Mhm.
yeah, it was good. It was real good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, we see we have Amanda up here. Hey, Amanda, welcome to the class. You late. Unmute yourself. We can't hear you.
Amanda, you there?
She must be doing something. Amanda, 1 2 1 2. Are you in class? Say hello.
Hello.
She ain't said nothing. Something wrong with the phone. All right, we come on down, Beth.
I was just gonna say, Mama, this one is meowing at me.
Don't do that.
She said, "Don't do that." Hi, I'm a pink kitty.
Don't yell at your mama.
No, he's meowing at me
Oh,
like a
meow.
cat.
Oh, okay. You know what I'm about to do. Beth, so what was peaceful in your day today? Brought you to a peace of mind.
I was able to get some rest.
Yeah, and I kept bugging you, right?
I
Even while
got
I was
some rest
walking, you sound
before
like
you
you were
called
in
me.
the bed.
I was
See there?
resting.
Well, I
Yeah,
appreciate you coming to help
I
a
did.
sister out. Really, really do.
Welcome.
I need it.
Anytime. Anytime.
So, Beth is my girl. She been with me for a long time. And a part of the Who Am I story time and etc. She provided the baskets to give away. Oh my goodness, I forgot about that. Dang, it's time for me to pull the prize. I almost forgot.
Right.
I still, Beth, you forgot to remind me.
You was
I'm gonna blame
talking.
Beth.
Don't blame me.
Are you talking about my basket that you never sent?
Huh?
Didn't I win a basket?
Yeah, still sitting here. I try to do something for you. You
Okay.
gonna get it. I think Joey sent me the address.
The way you said that, you gonna get it, and I'm like, oh damn, what did I do?
Like sit back and wait. All right, I can't cheat. I gotta look that. I gotta look up. Not. I am tired. All right, right. Amanda, you better speak. We're gonna drop you from the class now. Say something. Wait a minute. What she
She
say?
might have got a phone call or something.
Who gotta go?
Christine.
Christine gotta go.
Yeah. Pick up a
Okay.
boy.
All right. So, um, this person name is Red Pillman. 4 days ago, they
Red Pillman.
subscribed. They subscribed 4 days ago. Oh, okay. Well, they won. Um, one of my favorite from my store. Now, Now I can say this because I got punished the last time. The company called me, girl. I said, "What? The vice
Really?
president of leadership called me, Miss Pope." I made him laugh so hard of this stuff right here. I
What's
can't say
that?
what I know what it can do, but
Oh, okay.
you just call me, inbox me if you want to know. But it's a natural insect repellent for mosquitoes, fleas, and
Mm.
etc. Okay, here it is right here. Look, I'll try to read it. Ants, fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes.
Oh, okay.
So it's very concentrated with peppermint oil and all that. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
oil is in here, and it smells good. I try to talk in codes.
Oh,
But
okay.
But it works really good at
he
repelling
said I
ants
can
too.
say this, right? He said I can say this. But they got to test it themselves in the company before I let y'all know what exactly it does up here on social media. But call me.
Oh,
But this is really good, more than just the five things that it said. And that's
right.
all I'm gonna say. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so whoever this I gotta find out who this man is. And he gets that. And I have another one, extra one for every 3 months. So this is what September. What?
Mm.
September, October, November. So November I'll be back and give away some more
Mhm.
prizes.
Okay.
I'm losing it. My brain got jarred up. Something. What this lady say? What Jennifer say?
Oh, she had to go do caregiving
Yeah,
duties.
yeah, 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 yeah. Because I think I did good.
You
Cause I said
did.
I'm gonna be in here no 5 hours like last. No, 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 no.
Yeah, you did real good.
Y'all wore me out. My spine was like on overkill.
Hey, look, it's been a joy. I appreciate you.
I
Uh,
miss you.
yes,
I
so thank
can't
you.
wait to eat your cooking.
Yeah,
This man could cook. He's a chef.
it's coming soon. I'm gonna get some things tuned up soon. You know,
Do
so.
you need me to send you the producers? Do you? Look, Chef on Wheels for senior citizens. Hello.
We got some stuff brewing. I keep you posted. We keep you posted. But definitely keep
That
me
was a
posted.
hit. That was a good
Okay.
idea. What you talking about? What? Boy, you better
Yeah,
latch on what I just said. That just came out of nowhere. That's the
yeah,
spirit talking now. That's the spirit. She hot.
yeah. So y'all take care.
Love
All
you.
right.
Tell
You
your
Love you
mom
too.
too.
hello.
Hey,
Thank you. I
Mama, before
appreciate
you
that.
go, oops,
All
go
right,
ahead.
thanks. Take care.
Thank you for sharing your
Hey,
story too.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Y'all be good.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye bye.
hey, Mama, I just want to ask you real quick.
Oh God, I'm scared.
No, it's nothing bad.
Okay, what?
Um, so Boston House where we're staying right now, they gave
Yeah.
us like a studio apartment instead of just like a room with two beds. And I was wondering if you wanted to see a tour because I thought it was pretty nice.
What you say? You got a what? Did I hear you right? You say you got 3 months.
No, I got a studio apartment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they put us up in a studio apartment for the rest of the week.
Oh,
While we're down
what?
here. Instead of just a room with two beds like we normally get when we're here, they gave us a whole apartment.
What?
Yeah. So, would you like a tour?
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
should I put it on the big screen? Hold
Oh,
up.
you don't have to do
I
all
forgot
that.
how I did it. Okay.
So when you walk in, there's a closet right there. There's a bathroom, but it's handicap accessible.
What?
So very
That's
big bathroom.
nice.
Yeah, like look how big the shower is.
Oh my God.
Um, and then you got our little kitchen area.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And then
nice. And
Austin's hiding over here on the bed.
you
That's a
can't hide. We
Murphy.
see you.
She said she can see you, babe. But that's a Murphy bed that like closes up into that
Yes,
cabinet
I
thing.
like those. Yep.
And then we got a little like living room couch situation, but I'm sleeping on the
Yeah.
couch because that bed is hard as heck, but Austin's comfortable, so it's okay.
Okay.
Um, but a bed is a bed, except if you're very broken and sore all the time, then it's not. Um,
Yeah.
and then and then we got a nice dining room table and everything.
That's not. You know what that made me think of, y'all, that I've been thinking real hard lately about? Um, oh, Lord, I don't forgot the name of the hospital. Jesus. Oh, I got it now. St. Jude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Remember St. Jude?
Mm-hmm.
You, Dad, Christina's gone. I was thinking, why don't have that for the adults? Not just for cancer, but for anything. People can't afford insurance or afford anything. And to have that service and a place for you to stay without not charging the patient, the parents,
Right.
or whoever the caregiver is, for the adults
Yeah.
Mm.
or anybody, just a hospital cater anybody,
That's
and
what
they
our
give them
hospitals
the
used to be.
choices. Yeah, but why we can't do it as a community
Right.
with all them
I don't
doctors and
know.
stuff that left the hospital and stuff, and create our own rules, like okay, get the name
Like,
of the movie, Rachel.
are you talking about like a commune?
C- what's the word when somebody sneezed? Robert Williams was in the movie.
Oh, you talking about Patch Adams?
Yes, thank you.
That was a
When
children's
he
hospital.
created a hospital and the people were working that hospital, he was stealing from the hospital itself to make his own. They used natural things.
Mm-hmm.
We should do a bigger one. And that man is still living too.
Mm.
Yeah.
He's still living up in the mountains and stuff. And I want to go meet him. I already talked to him and his assistant. And I talked to Zena. Zena want to go. So I'm trying to figure out what could we contribute.
Right.
I said, you're gonna have to participate in doing something for the hospital, like maybe I could do an art class or gardening. I don't know what Zena want to do,
Right.
but yeah, I was thinking of that at a bigger scale, you know, and to have the nurses and all the people who had left the other kind of organization and come to something like that, right? Just thinking
Mm-hmm.
out loud, what could possibly be. Got to
Right.
start somewhere. So
Mm-hmm.
I said, this is catered to the children. St. Jude is awesome. I think what is $20 a month for the people to
Um,
donate membership.
I don't know about that. I would recommend people donating. Well, I would recommend two things. First
What?
of all, donating to the Jimmy Fund Clinic because it is the number one pediatric oncology facility in the world.
Okay.
Um, it just happens to be where Austin's getting treated. But the second thing that I would recommend is if you're capable and able and healthy enough to do so, donate blood and plasma.
Oh, that's another thing. And I'm glad you brought that up because here's another situation with that is pertaining to those who created the V, those who had taken the V, and which kind of V did they get so that it won't mix in with the other people who don't have it, who never gotten it. I call them
Mhm.
pure blood. Okay. But yet, when you get their stuff, then that stuff goes into somebody that ain't never took it. And there was a conversation about that. I try to be careful with my words.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's on their website pertaining to that because they were second thoughts. They would put the rule like we don't want to have blood from these type of people.
Really?
Oh wow.
Yeah, it started showing up because it would go right into the people's blood system to make them
But
their health worse. They never had
within
it.
a
It's
certain period,
contaminated. They would just say that.
the people that have had the vid or people that have had the V.
Yeah, the V, and
No,
you don't supposed to mix them together. You don't supposed to do
well,
that.
so here's the
Mm.
thing. There is a certain period of time after somebody's been vaccinated when they cannot give blood. But
Right,
that's with that particular one, it's like 3 months. So after 3 months, you're able to donate blood. It's
right.
not a forever thing.
But um, I try to share some stuff of people that work the facilities.
Mm.
That's what's happening behind the scene. They don't care. I just leave it like that. Yep, that's what's
Well, they,
Mm.
happening.
they
So be
usually they
careful.
usually have to like do questionnaires
They
with the
need a
people. Like,
late. Yeah, but I'll try to tell you right now
well, there's no benefit on it, at least
about this.
here. Like,
About
you can't
this.
get this by donating blood or plasma. You can't get that around here, anyways.
Oh,
Um, so
yeah. It is really those that do. You better think twice and ask those questions because the blood is supposed to be labeled. It should be labeled of those that had taken whatever it is. And like you said, post the weight. But there are some people who work in the facility is not following the rules, and that's all I got to say.
yeah, because there is paperwork you're supposed to fill out. They're supposed to like test your blood, and if it stinks, then you're fine to donate. Mine never stinks because I'm too anemic.
Yeah, I'm anemic
I've
too.
tried. I've been
I'm,
trying to do that
but
since I
I'm
was in
gonna
high
be
school and
careful for
never been
here
able
on
to.
out because I ain't no because man, I hate that I can't say what I want to say because I don't want this lie to be kind of like penalized, and I won't be able to go back
Mm.
and use.
But like they go through all the
Like
questionnaires and
people
everything.
who we call it asymptomatic don't know that they have the C.
Oh, the asymptomatic, yeah.
Okay, people who have the big A,
Mm.
it should be labeled, uh, or they don't know they have it, and they go donate, and it's contaminated. That kind of stuff.
Anything that Austin gets transfused, they do check it. They screen everything here. I'm not
Yeah,
saying they do that everywhere, but here they do.
yeah, right. I'll just let y'all know. Be careful with.
There's always a risk too of an allergic reaction. So if somebody is actually getting a transfusion, they usually have an EpiPen handy and all the other stuff that is, required or
Yeah,
whatever. Because there's also the possibility of your body just rejecting that person's blood, even if it's completely fine. So,
yeah. I'm just saying. Be careful,
hmm
cause you know.
I do have comfort in knowing that Austin, the facility that he's at, because I've asked all these questions, like, what do you do
Yeah,
to ensure this? What do you do to ensure that? They're like, well, we
right.
test every sample. Because, like, when you look at one of the blood bags, they actually have a long tube on the bottom of them.
Yeah.
And that's where they take the samples from to test it.
And you know what else? Why we talking like this? Because I have a whole list of things I'm allergic to, but you know how they have the the little bracelets and stuff. It ain't enough room up there.
The medical bracelets.
Right. And the necklaces and stuff. It ain't enough space for me to list everything because especially when I went in ICU with the C and
Mm,
they had given me some stuff I didn't need to have in my body. That's when my hair had fallen out and stuff
mm,
because I saw in my medical record of what they put in me and I didn't know because I was out for like 4 days anyway. And then anyway, and my body reacted to the stuff. So it made me think, people who was my emergency contact, it was not on the door.
mm,
But my king, he was already in ICUs, and my cousin, her name wasn't up there. So my family had a meeting amongst themselves and put their information up there. And Zena was at their bill instead of my cousin name. I looked at it when I woke up. I was like, what the heck? What happened behind my back? You know?
Right.
mm.
Right. And so my cousin called me and let me know that she had a meeting with my brother and sister, and that's how that took place. Because she no longer live here, but she knows the place more better than my family. So anyway, y'all, it's just like we got to be careful all the way around. Even when it's
Mhm.
time to prepare to say goodbye to the world, no funerals, there's a situation that took place. Hey, Jill, there's a situation that took place where they ain't doing what was required and asked to do. Let's just say that things got changed up after the person crossed over. So you got to make sure that they're solid. People who ain't in part of your family should be in charge of that. Somebody you really trust that will make sure that it is, played out like the way you want it. So anybody listening to that, make sure you do that.
Hey, Mama.
Huh?
Um, just an idea to throw out there. If you tell Joey about the not being able to have enough information fit on the medical alert bracelets, like the medical, yeah,
Yeah,
um, we might be able to figure something out for you.
yeah. I've been thinking like that.
Because we could probably make you one. It'd probably be cuter. It would still have like the red cross on it or whatever for the medical
Yeah,
alert symbol or whatever. But
yeah,
it could
exactly,
be like laser engraved or something like that in a
exactly,
smaller font
right,
so it fits better. Obviously they want it to be a certain size so that it's legible, but we know what fonts to use to make things legible and still have it be small enough to fit on the thing. So,
right. Okay,
all that being said,
we will talk
maybe
because I
I'm not
need it.
saying for sure that Joey will do it. I'm just
Oh,
saying
you know
talk
what?
to Joey about it
Yeah,
because
I'm
there's
gonna
a
have
lot
to
of
see.
stuff going
I'm
on
gonna have
in
to see
Joey's
you a
brain.
bigger pan.
Uh,
You got the
I
small one, my backup.
hmm?
You got the small one as the backup. We need to go up a little larger if he don't do it. That ain't no major thing. It's a small thing. He can do it during break time.
Well, we don't have a laser engraver at our house right now, but also Joey's been burning the candle from both ends for a while now, and I don't want Joey to overwork themselves.
I
So
got you.
if we got a lull in some of the stim factory stuff, Joey might be able to take the time to like be like, "Hey,
Right.
laser engraver person that I know, can you do this up for somebody that as just like a medical or bracelet thing? It needs to be this
Okay.
size font and have this information on it." So
Okay, I get my list
Like I
together.
said, I will talk to Joey about it and see if Joey
Yeah,
has the time or the resources to be able to do that. But that's
I
something that
appreciate that. I'm
that it
swelling up,
should be
y'all.
more, it should be something that's more accessible, and there's no reason that we shouldn't have, even if it needs to be a longer
Like
um
a, yes, exactly.
well like like if it's on your wrist, right? If the pendant on your wrist is only like this big, but it needs to be like that big, you
Yes,
know, it shouldn't be that hard to get something like that to have all of the information that's required on it.
that's exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all, look,
So,
I'm wearing some real bone.
hmm?
A lady, this artist friend of mine on Facebook designed this. She put the little charms on it that she and I said, "Girl, for real." It is heavy. It is
It
really
look
heavy.
heavy, but it
It,
also look like if you like hit somebody with a if you backhand somebody, they're going across the room.
there you go. So gracefully. Say what? Exactly. Exactly. These bad boys.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it represent, my Indian culture and some more. This could come from anybody. Yeah, yeah. That's a part of my culture, y'all. I gotta find out more about the other side from my mom, grandmother.
Have you
Yeah.
ever thought about doing like the ancestry thing?
Uh yeah, I thought about it, but I went ahead and did documentation of the elders that was still here during that time, and that's
Mm,
when we got our true facts because of who they were before they
yeah.
crossed over. So it was recorded, and they had my uncle, and I found some other people on my mother's side. I'm doing my own in person.
Well, and that's
So
fine. I'm just saying the ancestry thing is good for being able to determine like regionally, like where your ancestors are from.
yeah,
Like, so like um for instance, the Sweden part of my ancestry. Sweden's a pretty big country, but they were
yeah,
able to narrow it down to a certain region of Sweden for that particular part of my ancestry, which is Östergötland, which I'm probably saying it wrong, but
yeah,
you know, like it can help you narrow down like, okay, well, if my ancestors from that region and my family tree says this person was from here and not that region, well,
yeah,
then that person might not be actually my ancestor. It might be from
yeah,
a person from this one.
yeah. Pretty much everybody here in this country from what we went back in the 1800s. So,
Mm,
on my father's side with the popes. So I'm up there thinking which one from the other country, which was slave owner.
mm.
Anyway, that's a whole nother story.
Do you know where your ancestors came from, like regionally in Africa? Because I mean, it's a big continent, so
Well, um,
I'm just curious if you don't
my
know that.
mom's mother, because my mom's father is Cherokee, Cuban.
Mm,
Her mother is African American here. My
mm,
dad's mom is Cherokee, and his father is Blackfoot Indian here in the USA. So that's where we got our information from while they were
yeah.
living. Right.
Right. I was just asking about like the African American ancestry, like
Yeah.
because it is because of obviously history and whatnot.
Yeah.
There is a lot of information lost
I
because of
gotta
that.
talk to my mom about her mother We ain't done that part yet. We talked about on her father's side the most. We got
Mm.
more information and pictures of them, and I got to reach out to my cousin who is still over in Cuba and stuff like that. So that's where we are now with that. Yeah. And for
Okay.
as my dad, father, everybody's still, except for him and I think he got one brother living, if I'm not mistaken. But they had a large family, and we got to see them in Richmond. The Cherokee Indians, they were there when we went to visit when I was young,
Mm.
and now we are trying to see who's left from that side of the family. It's a lot. But yeah,
I
I think my brother did do that. My brother and my niece did that, if I'm not mistaken.
what, the ancestry test or
Yeah. Uh huh.
okay.
Yeah.
Because I was just
I
curious,
gotta
like
find out what the
I
what the results are.
I am always curious because I'm like so like hyper focused to like facial features and details and stuff like that. Because you see my drawings, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I have.
Um, I'm very particular. Like I'm always curious, and obviously I know people that are African American more than likely have a disconnect with Africa because of, you know, the history of the slave trade and everything. But um, but I'm always curious if people do find that out,
I'm
like
showing that
what
to Uncle Buck.
region they came from and like what are the phenotypical features of that region. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Mhm.
Because I'm just curious and it always fascinates me. Like faces are really interesting to me and facial features are interesting to me because I'm a dork. I'm a nerd about faces. I don't know why. I just am.
Girl, my tail was born right here from my mom. Point blank.
Facts.
I don't think I
Hopefully
got
not
any
exactly in the spot you're
from
sitting in right now, but
Hey, Uncle Buck. That's a comedian, Uncle Buck. He want me to turn him into Denzel Washington. We was on a podcast together.
did you say I can't make miracles
Funny.
happen?
I said I
I'm
had to
kidding.
take some
I'm kidding.
heavy equipment. He,
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say something like that.
it was on the air too. It was on live air. Beth, you remember that? Uncle Butt was on Rodney and Zena
Mhm.
show, the podcast. Damn, I forgot the name. I think it was called Real Talk back in the day, and they had me to step in
Ah,
for the co-host. You remember that show, Beth? And Uncle Butt supposed to be a surprise, and one of his fan members came in and spoiled the surprise way early in the show. And she kept hogging up the phone line, staying on the line while everybody else tried to call in. Uncle
well,
Butt had to set her straight.
I I feel like I might have done the same with this, but I missed you and I wanted to check, but I didn't want to like overtake the conversation. I tried to be quiet and let everybody
Okay,
talk before me.
it's okay. You
'Cause,
fit
you know,
right on.
I'm a chatty Cathy over here.
Well, I'll call you, but I'm going to go soak my tail because I am wounded.
You need to do that. Like, you stop doing
I
cartwheels
got
off
to
furniture,
I got to take pictures
mama.
and do a video of the look before I get in that tub. Well, I shouldn't do that. I better be
I don't.
careful.
The only suggestion I give mama is make that unibrow a little bit darker
Well, she
because
it
Frida's
ain't
was
that
very
dark.
pronounced. She
Look,
had it dark.
see,
No, that was like her glamour shots, but like in the end of her
I
career,
know that's the one
she
I'm doing.
but it and towards the end of her career, she was like very adamant to be
See,
yeah, she was very adamant that she actually filled it in because it was such a like a sharp contrast against societal beauty standards.
right?
Like even when she did paintings of herself, she drew them as like a full line.
Yeah, but it's there, and I'm gonna do mine in black and white. You know, I ain't want to make it that obvious. Brows already
Was
obvious.
like that was like always like the big thing. Like, did you ever see Encanto?
What?
The movie not sorry, not Encanto, Coco.
Coco? No.
Okay,
Uh-uh.
because there's a homage to Frida Kahlo in the movie Coco.
Right.
And I think they did her justice. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
it was only like a 5 minute clip or something that had Frida Kahlo in the afterlife, and she was
Yeah.
still painting and doing these massive presentations and like you have to have this head on, you have to have that head on, and stuff like it was um as intense as I believe some of her live performance art
Yeah.
pieces would have been.
Right.
Um, but people were like this this little kid is just like what is happening? Like he had no clue, but he was just like he knew who Frida was, but he was like, what is this? Like I know she's an artist, but what is this whole performance thing? And I'm like, that
Right.
was her
It
that
was a
was her
play.
spiel. Like she wasn't known just for her standalone painting. She was known for her performance piece too.
Yes. Yes. She did a lot, and
Hmm.
I was comparing her lifestyle with mine, growing up and all these things, and um, I had to do her. I had to make sure I looked like myself, not too much of her, and put my culture in here of my history. So I'm gonna have
Right.
her picture beside mine. I hope I can do that because my phone was saying not much storage. I'm surprised they ain't break up. Have I been breaking up,
In
Belle?
a way though, he kind of did because he kept leaving her
Huh?
to go. In a way, you're talking about Frida and Carlo was his name, or was this was it Carlo?
Yeah, her
Are you
husband.
talking about them? Like you're
Huh?
surprised? Did you say you're surprised they didn't break up?
I was no. I was talking about my phone. I've been having
Oh,
a lot of phone issues, serious phone issues, and
is-
the internet. I
see,
was talking
I
about the
got
internet because the internet was in and out, and we trying to find a machine to get a better signal in here in my
mm,
place.
you can get a Wi-Fi repeater.
That's what
Uh,
he has. He's looking for it. Yeah,
Who's getting
that's
it?
that's
Who's looking for that?
my neighbor. He has that. He got to find it anyway.
I mean, they're not that expensive if you
This is
look on
the
Amazon. That they're
girl.
usually
You
like under
ain't, if
$10.
you on a fixed income, we got to
I
come up with
know.
another way.
I mean, listen, but $10 you can't even get like a coffee and a donut for $10 now.
We're talking about Rachel trying to be very what's the word?
Frugal.
This is actually a dress. I
It's
have it on
beautiful.
I have it on upside down. So I have the arm and everything folded inward, but this is the bottom of the dress. I turned it to a top because I
See,
got a wide back and I don't fit it anymore. right now. So I
Stop.
gave her the other dress that my mom gave me. This is the one I like because of the colors. I gave the other ones away. But I'm going to fit this dress because I'm going to open up the back.
Mama. Hey, you want to see what I did today?
What does it say?
It says
Austin?
Austin.
That's
And then it
nice.
says Dino Man.
The what?
It says Dino Man.
Dino, or the dinosaur man? Is that
Hmm.
what it represent? Good. That's pretty. I love the colors. Okay,
It
y'all.
was it was a very short visit today, so I didn't have a lot of time to add more detail. But yeah.
Yeah.
Mama, I need to let you go because I need to eat dinner because I am like 2 hours late for eating dinner.
You see
And I
what
know
I'm
you
looking
got to
like
run
right
too.
now? Because I'm
Hmm?
feeling it in my joints.
I can see you started like frowning with your eyebrows. I'm like, oh, she doesn't
Yeah,
feel good.
hurry,
She needs to
girl.
go. You
I need something
are you
big
soaking
gay.
with some Epsom salts?
I, yeah, I need to tell my neighbor that's what I'm gonna do. So be on standby, come through the back door in case if I slip.
No, because you're not going to slip, Mama.
I got to have backup now. I can't play no more. They can't
You
play
need
no
life
more.
alert.
You know what I hate? I hate that they charge them all these senior citizens all this money, thinking everything is free and it's not. Service you got to pay for. That's some messed up. You know what, man? If I had the money, they ain't got to pay for nothing. Nothing.
Listen, you know what you do? You bring your phone into the main bathroom, and that way, if you fall, you can text your neighbor like, I fell and I need help."
Yeah, I got to turn the phone the other way because I don't want them seeing me.
You just text, Mama. Just text or send a Facebook message like, "I've fallen and I can't get up," and I'm not joking.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
But I'm about to have the dinner of champions, which is pizza bites or pizza rolls and Monster.
I don't even feel like a Monster Energy drink.
Hmm.
Is that what you said? Woo, child. Okay.
Look at
Beth, we about to sign off now. And
Okay.
I will end this saying this is my version of
Mm-hmm.
looking like Frida, a twin, opposite color.
Right.
So
you're beautiful, Mama.
she my Shero for this
Mm-hmm.
month. And congratulations to the winner. Yeah, what was his name, y'all? Um, Red Red Pillman. That's his name. Anyway, okay, I put it somewhere around here. Anyway, okay, y'all, we're gonna end this show right now, and I'm gonna do some little clips of our conversation. It will be on my playlist on YouTube. All of y'all that have not subscribed, it's free for the YouTube. It's in my bio. Go sign up so I can put your name in the drawing. So the drawing will be, I'll be back on in November, which is a good month. And
You skipping my
once
birthday month?
every other month, that's when I come back in here. So if I
Mm.
skip you, I'm sorry. Let's have some
Happy birthday.
You come on live, then we celebrate. Cause
Which Mama did you did say happy birthday to Joey, right?
I actually sang
Oh, okay.
on his
I
on his answer machine. I was sounding
oh,
like Marilyn Monroe,
oh no, you did that. Happy
and
birthday.
And for
Mr.
him to be the
President.
president, yes, I did. My best voice early in the morning, yes, I did. Tell him to play it, cause he never responded back. Okay, I was trying to get him the other day when you were on live, but he slid out of that conversation. I said, nah, I'll go call him for his birthday and sing my heart out. He didn't even call back. Not his.
Mama, what? I'm gonna tell you something right now. Joey almost never reads the comments when they're live.
He said what?
Joey almost never reads the comments when they're live. Like if we got
Oh,
somebody in the guest box, almost never reads the comments.
but still, I sent a private message on his phone, cell phone. That's different.
Well, I get no control over that. I
That's
am
a
not even in the same
911 call.
state right now.
That's a 911 call, and I know he's busy. Yep, I'm a little slide. I'm a
I would
little
be on
slide
his
right.
case if I would be on her case if I could, but I am in a different state right now, so I
I
can't
know
help
you
you right
are.
now.
Yeah, no. Go ahead and finish eating. I'm getting off of here so
All
I
right,
can
I love
take
you. Have a good
myself.
soak and feel better. No more falling.
Right. Get some rest.
Wait a minute.
Love you, Mama.
What's that waterfall? The waterfall song.
Don't go chasing waterfalls. You stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to. And Mama put some grippy stuff on the floor so you stop falling.
Which
Yeah.
is put what on the floor? Oh, my little carpet thing. My rubber
One of
my
those
rubber
grippy
floor.
things.
I'm gonna get that. Y'all think I'm playing? Let me
I'm
find
not
a
playing.
let me find me a better design. But I what I have seen is blue and black little dots.
You just need to get one of those bath mats that has like the grippy stuff on it so you don't slip when you're getting out the tub.
That's how I feel the first time.
Was it grippy? Did it have the grip like suction
No,
cup things on the bottom?
someone had used the bathroom and wiped the floor with my wipes. They have oil to it.
Oh, okay.
And the grip didn't hold, and they didn't tell me they did that. And when I
Oh,
put that one foot, and the rest of me did the split in the air back to the wall.
oh
And
no.
before I know it, I said, I'm falling. Ooh, my foot was hung under the chair, over the tub, downward toilet in the middle, of my other leg was on the other side. My first
Mm,
wide split ever.
wow.
And I ain't feel
Mama,
no pain with that part, but I felt it with the legs and the butt, the back, my head, my back dented the thing that was holding my towels. That saved me.
How bar?
And it
Oh.
was an indentation of my body, and it prevent me from hitting the wall. That I just got that rat from Io, Sister Io, and I
Mm.
damaged it.
Oh no.
So immediately I went to the emergency room to get X-rated. So bump and bruises, the thickness of the skin saved my tail. Once
Mm.
again, big girls
Mama,
should not complain. What?
I have to apologize because I am okay. In my own defense, my stepdad told me, and he was very much somebody to be feared. He said, "You're going to wash, scrub, and polish that bathroom floor so shiny that I can see my reflection on it." Well, I knew my mom used Pledge on the coffee table to polish it. So after I washed everything in the bathroom, I scrubbed the floor with Pledge. That
Oh
man
no.
ran in there in his tidy whities and socks and went flying across the room and ended up doing a backwards cartwheel back out of the bathroom. And
Mm.
and he was like, if I wasn't so hurt, I probably have wrecked you by now.
Yep.
And I was like, but you told me to polish the floor, so I polished the floor. He's like, with what? And I was like, with the pledge. And he's like, oh my God.
You were trying to. Oh my God. He asked you to
Listen, he
do
was
that
not
no
a nice
more.
man. Huh?
He asked you to do that no more.
Right.
I was not allowed to clean the bathroom anymore after that. And I was like, there.
Exactly. That's what happened with my king. He let me use his car to go to work. And so it was misty in the back. So I decided to clean it. It was at night and I had far to drive, right? And when he got the car back, he said, as long as you know what, you don't need to clean my car anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I said, why? You put the wrong stuff on the window.
Mm-hmm.
So it must have some oil to it. Hey, I was using the clock that I seen. so,
Uh-uh.
so I can see out the back while I'm driving. I was out in the boonies. That means, no street lights.
Right.
It was way out of Virginia. Girl, I was too done with myself. I took that assignment way out yonder. Dad, that's why it paid more. That was, another assignment, a secret assignment right there. Woo, girl. Okay.
All right,
Uh,
you go soak, mama.
okay, y'all. Just pray for me. And
I'm gonna get you a Griffy bath mat if you don't listen.
I have it. I just ain't washing my, I don't know who did it. Who did that?
I'm gonna get you one that when you step on it, it turns the mat like it'll be a white mat, but when you step on it, it turns it red, so it looks like it's a murder scene.
What the heck? I'm
They
already.
have those.
Why you trying to do that to me?
Halloween's coming up. What do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I rebuke that in the name of Jesus right now. I see it. See it.
Listen, if you don't hurry up and put that mat back, I'm gonna do that though.
No, I'm gonna get what I said I was gonna get. Seriously, ain't no
Okay.
falling right there. If I do, it'll be a cushion, just like this. This is right here. I'm glad I put this right here on this floor, so that just let me know.
Mm-mm.
Beth, I'm gonna have to give you a copy of my key.
Right. Be laying there on the floor, can't get
Yeah.
up.
I'm like, Beth, get that key. Come on over, get me out of
Mm-hmm.
All right,
here.
Mama. I love you. I'm gonna go because Austin's getting ready for bed. But I love you.
Love you too. Hey, sweet pea, and everybody else. Look now. Look at that child don't showed up. She has some good work. Uh, lady artistry. You see her stuff, the animation.
Mm-mm.
Uh, Beth, you in the bed? I'm about to go because I feel the heat. It feels good on the chair.
Uh-huh.
That's helping me a whole lot in my legs. But I gotta make sure I take the picture and stuff before I do anything in my video. And let me say this so I could say this and say this is my Shero Frida, the artist. I'm gonna do this. My version, impression of her. Okay, we out.
Okay.
Okay,
Let me
Beth.
down. take me off. Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Notes.
I don't forget how to do the darn thing. There we go. I see it. Thank you everybody for coming in. I will repost little clips to my YouTube channel, the playlist about Frida, the artist. Okay. And thanks. I'll be back in November to do another look and give out prizes again. Peace and love to you. Thank you.